I'm like on the 5th one on the move, and I see them, and I'm like, don't move. And they go in front of it, and I press stop record so hard, I can't believe the camera's still on there. It's a little.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces.
All right.
Here we are.
All right.
We made it.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Lambo and Leroy Show. We're live from SEMA.
SEMA 2022.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of work to get here. We built a vehicle, set the booth up. We've been here for
been insane.
How many days now? I think almost
You guys came,
5.
what, Friday or something like that?
Yeah. So it's been a while. Pardon the voice. Voice still a little bit raspy. But it's been an amazing trip so far.
Yep.
SEMA's been great to us. The people are here.
Of course. They always show up.
Dude, all of our friends,
Yeah.
the brands you want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, and then let's not forget about like the amazing vehicles.
Dude, the builds are always the coolest part about SEMA.
They are, but you know what's like? Yeah, there are some amazing builds. I mean, stuff that's
Yeah.
just like one-off stuff, and it's not like just the car's one-off. It's like every component of
Everything,
the car
dude. All
is
the body
one-off.
work, everything they do is mind-blowing.
Bro, it's wild.
Like the Continental over here, full. You've never seen a Continental like this.
It's probably my favorite car.
I think it's definitely my top 3.
I mean, I've always
Hands
wanted.
down.
I've always wanted a Lincoln Continental.
I have too. I've always wanted to lay body on a Lincoln Continental, and I always wanted it the black, the shiny black.
Oh,
but
like
dude, now
deep.
sitting this thing,
Ugh.
changed my mind.
It's wild. But you know what's also probably in my part more awesome
Yeah.
than like seeing the cars, everything.
Yeah,
The people.
always, man.
I mean, there's some awesome. Everyone here is. Well, we're all cut from the same cloth here,
Of
right?
course, of
Like,
course.
we all have the same interest of whatever it is. We want to modify something. We want to
Yeah.
go faster. We want to look better. We want to do something different than what was
Yes.
given to us. And we're because stock sucks.
It does. Stock is so boring. Stock is so boring. No one cares about stock anymore. Even the main manufacturers like Toyota and Dodge, I mean, these guys have vehicles that are built now in their
Yeah.
booths. Because it's like stock. No one cares about stock anymore, dude.
Isn't that wild? Yeah,
It's so crazy.
It's so much fun. And so the people that are here, you'll see we have an empty seat here. We're going to fill it up
We're gonna
with
fill it up.
some awesome people that are coming forward. That'll tell us about their brand, what SEMA is to them, what the industry is to them,
Yeah.
and maybe tell us some of their trade secrets or, I don't know.
I will. I think people will definitely open up and tell us all about it. We have some great social influencers. We have great people behind brands coming over.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. But we're day 3 of SEMA.
Day 3 of SEMA.
It's Thursday. It's our usual launch day, so we are launching this the week after. But it's just cool being here in person. We talked about this. We recorded at SEMA. Should we do it? And we're doing it. So I'm
We
pumped.
are. I mean, this is my, 24th or 25th
insane,
year. The
man.
company's been doing it for, 28, 29 years.
Wow.
SEMA's changed quite a bit throughout
lot.
the years.
Yeah.
And it's changed in many ways for the better. I mean, as far as like all the new products, like the best part about SEMA is when you think about it, it's a platform to introduce new products.
Of course.
And guys, the industry's still moving forward.
It's cool. It is really cool. Like you're at some points like, dude, there's no way it's going to keep growing. Like, how do you make something new? How do you top that? How do you top this? Every year, though, there's something new.
Every year there's new products, new stuff.
It's so rad, man.
It's super bitching, guys. Obviously, Gibson has a lot of new products, too. We've got some Ford Raptor exhaust, some Can-Am side-by-side exhaust. We have our new spec truck exhaust.
On this thing, it's so sick.
Yeah, on our Dirt King truck back here, or Gibson
Sounds
truck, or everything truck.
All the
Titan
amazing sponsors that
7,
came
all
on board
that
for this,
stuff.
man.
Yeah, we got a lot of people behind it, and we're really happy to be here. And,
Me too.
it's kind of like, too, SEMA for me, when you go to the desert, or the lake,
Yeah.
you have like your lake and your desert family, right?
Of course, yeah.
You have your industry family too.
Yes, you
and
do.
you see your friends and you see your family and you
Yep.
see people that you just don't know. You haven't seen in
People
a
like
while.
Caleb.
Hey.
He was supposed to go home yesterday. I don't know what he's still doing here, but hey, Caleb, come jump in for a second. Since we don't have a guest right now, we're doing our intro. So jump on. What's up, Caleb?
What's up, dude?
This
What's
is
up, man?
Caleb.
I'm Sean Gibson.
How's it
man.
going, Sean?
Yeah,
Caleb?
Nice to meet
Nice to
you,
meet you,
bud.
This is Caleb Norman. He's an amazing cinematographer. We work together all the time. We did the PRI road tour together.
Unfortunately for you.
I know. Unfortunately for me, we work together all the time. No, I'm just kidding. No, but all in all,
I wasn't.
we really are great friends, even though we don't act like it sometimes.
Those are usually the best
totally
friends,
are.
though.
Yeah, that's right. We can tell each other how we really feel.
Exactly.
Like, usually it's him telling me how he really feels. I'm like, I'm sorry.
It sounds like my relationship with my son, right? We love each other, but then we argue and
then you're
talk
butting
shit
heads.
a lot. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Dude, so how's this? This is the most famous words here, though. How's the show treating you?
Oh.
You're like,
Going good.
great.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
No, I hate to say it, but like you do need to be around to like see a face and people remember you, or like,
Absolutely.
And so that part's like crucial. And I was like telling my chick when I was telling her, gotta stay another day. She's like,
And she's like, this is
like,
what my
damn
wife's like,
you.
oh, you guys just having the time of your life, aren't you?
yeah. And it's like, no, I'm actually working. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Like, I swear, I am working. I am
Yeah.
talking to everyone.
Yeah.
I'm booking new clients for the year.
Seriously. Yeah.
I mean, that's what this place is all about, though. It's all about booking the
Yeah.
clients, seeing everyone face to face.
yeah.
And so
you know,
you're a fan of the industry, obviously, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Love the industry. It's been a growing. I think this is I was thinking back this year. I think it was the 11th or 12th year doing
Nice.
media, and I'm like,
It's a long time now.
when you hit the decade, you're like, wow, it's
Where'd
I
it
can't
go?
believe that. Like, I still consider myself a little kid deep down inside.
Dude,
like,
I think that's how we all feel, too. It's so wild.
Oh, it is like ramping up too. It's so much work from everyone to
Yeah.
get ready, and then
Yeah.
the mental, just battles you have getting here.
Yep.
But then once you walk in, it's like it's kind of like racing, like you're just stressing on the line. And as soon as the green flag drops, it's like
Go.
it all goes away.
Yeah.
Once you walk in here, you're here. You just kind of forgot about all of it,
Yeah.
and you're just like in the moment and
yeah,
ready
totally,
to do it.
Totally. Yeah,
It
just
is-
living in it.
Exactly, living in, man. It goes by so fast, too. It's like everything just moves, man.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, how hard is it now being a photographer here? I mean, how much of a struggle is it getting the right photos? Because the lighting's probably not great, right?
And the
then
people.
the people like
Oh
us
my God,
just walk
man.
right in front of you. Like, it's got to be challenging.
Oh, that part's definitely. I always say cinematography is patience.
It is, though.
Have you ever
And
lost your patience?
I had lost it yesterday
Yeah.
a little bit. I was shooting this car in one of the booths, and I'm playing this move. It was like a long jib move with my
Yeah.
gimbal, and people would walk. I'm like, hold on, can you not? And they just walk right in front. I'm like, press stop. Wait,
Try it
they
again.
walk around. And they're like, of course they walk to the truck, and they're like looking around it, and
Yeah.
then they're waiting. A bunch of people come. That was like the fourth try, and then someone else comes, and then I'm like on the fifth one on the move, and I see them, and I'm like, don't move, and they go in front of it, and I press stop record so hard I can't believe the camera's still on there. It's a little,
you go over, just
Oh,
hit 'em
angry.
with it.
yeah, like take 6.
It's struggles, man.
But
It's
it's like
struggles.
it's part of the deal. You expect it. Like walking around here trying to dodge the slow onlookers when you're on a mission, try to get to one the other.
No, it was
And
like
then you can never get anywhere fast because someone always stops you haven't seen in 6 months. Like,
Yeah, jump on a podcast real quick, dude.
yeah.
So where were you going, actually?
No, it is wild because like I'm always like when I leave my booth, I'm on a mission to get
Yeah.
somewhere and get back, and you're like walk in and they stop. You're like, oh, you almost like rear end them like you're on the freeway and like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so funny.
And then
It's
you
so
never know
tough.
who you run into, too. Like, I've seen some people I've run into, and I see them last week. Like, for instance, you've seen me too much the last week, probably. And then other people you haven't seen in a year or two.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
just
that you're-
always.
you catch up with there.
And it's funny. That's exactly what we were talking about right as you walked in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about like the people and like you have like your automotive family, your
Yeah.
desert family, your real family. And it's like you come in and you just see people you haven't seen in a long time. And you
Yeah.
catch up and realize you're just kind of bullshitting most of the time, and
Yeah.
you just
Totally.
it just reignites that fire again.
Yeah.
It honestly
So
does
rad.
get you hyped up too. Like, I don't know if I was looking forward to coming out again. Like, once I start seeing people post about it, because I didn't come Tuesday.
Yeah.
Some people post, I'm like, all right, I guess a little FOMO, Coming out Wednesday, I'm like, all right, do I really want to go? But as soon as you're here, you're like, man, gives you that feeling again of
Yeah.
like, it gets you hyped up.
Well, there's a ton of excitement. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of energy coming
Yeah.
around from everyone, and I mean, we can. A lot of the a lot of the brands can kind of complain about talking to the retail consumers that get in here, but those people are excited to be
They're
here.
so
I mean, they
hyped,
really had to
man.
kind of work and make time to get here.
Yes.
And they're pumped. And so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, you get that same energy from everyone here.
Yeah.
What's it like for you as someone who, provides a product? Like, we're so busy, like, how can we create content for people or that?
Yeah.
But you're on the other side of that where
Yeah.
you're meeting with people who's trying to do their new truck build or something, and you're a
So
racer.
So you have tons of you meet with a lot of your dealers and stuff that you have relationships with and business with, and sometimes it can be, I guess, frustrating when your time is being wasted with someone talking about a specific vehicle that is extremely
Just a
random
build, yeah.
that
Yeah.
no one's going to ever have anything on the shelf for. But it's fun to find that balance because that guy is an enthusiast, and if you can spend the time with everyone here, you can. I've always said if I can talk to a person, I can sell them on the product, and so you get people just to become a fan of the brand for whatever it might be, and it's all just branding and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. No matter what, it's really awesome, man.
What's up, man?
See, exactly. That's it right there.
Yeah.
No, man, it's been an awesome show. Yeah. Oh, what's your favorite build?
That's a tough one. One of my favorite places to go is honestly the Toyota Tread Pass. There is always something you've never. Like, I was just talking to Adrian there about it. He was like, "We try to put something that's never been in the show before. Everything here is first time first.
Every year."
So
where is it now?
It's straight up the hall.
Oh, it's still there? Okay,
Yeah.
I've not made it down that way yet. There is always awesome stuff there.
Yeah, so they have a couple Mercedes-Benz cars in there that are pretty dope, and one of them was I'm like the worst car guy ever. I'm more of like a truck guy.
Yeah,
it's a Mercedes-Benz car, and it's got like the inside paneling on it is just like really nice. And they have like a cash money box.
And that's the best part about it. You don't have to be a brand or a fan of a specific model or a car guy or a truck guy or
know every model.
To just see something that is just like, whoa, that's rad.
And you learn so much, too. You learn more stuff about it. Like, now you know that car. Like, holy shit. Now it's like, oh, that car was a tread pass. It's like nice to see more and more of them.
Yeah.
It is rad.
Yeah.
So bitchy, man. Well, I'm sure you got somewhere to go. Thanks for jumping on with us.
Appreciate
dude.
having me.
It was nice meeting you, bro.
Too. Yeah.
See you, buddy.
See you, buddy.
All right. You guys, we got more guests coming up. Stay tuned.
Whoa, taking out.
Gotcha.
Nice. I love it. All right, you guys, we're back with our first guest, Jonny Mill he's working with Cletus McFarland. No Brakes?
Yeah, No Brakes LLC is the new company that manages all the live stream technology.
It's insane, man. You guys have taken madness to the next level.
Yeah, we're really trying to, obviously with Cletus and Cars, we're trying to take that Australian style burnout competition, put our own spin on it. Obviously tracks a ton of other influencers, and he's got a huge network of influencers that he works with now. And then the races, man, that spawned from the necessity. He bought the track.
Yeah.
COVID hit.
Yeah.
Couldn't have in-person.
Dude, it's so crazy.
Yeah. So, what was the next logical thing is, I was working at Alloy at the time, and we had all the speed video technology for the live stream. We did that first one. Literally, it was going to be on a Friday, and I remember on Thursday they announced that all of Florida was shutting down.
Wow.
And so his dad went. We bumped it up a day. His dad went, locked the gate, and stood there because when the sheriff showed up, he shooed them away. He's like, private property.
Go away.
We did the first race. And I actually produced that from California in my old boss's office.
That's insane.
And then from there, it was like, wow, we have something.
It's working. This is
special.
it. Yeah, this is something.
Now, for those who aren't familiar with it, what is this racing platform?
So we take retired Crown Vics. They could be cop cars. They could be taxis. We nitrous power them, put roll cages in them, race seats, and then we just hand those over to influencers, drivers, and let them have at it. So the first one was the Freedom 500, which is 100 laps around the Freedom Factory, which is a lot in a Crown Vic.
In a Crown Vic, yeah.
With nitrous, too.
With nitrous. And we have a little light on the back, too, so you can know when people are hitting the
bottle.
That's
pretty rad.
And then like 2.4 hours of La Mullets is actually an hour and a half.
Okay.
So our naming conventions are.
No, it works out perfect. I mean.
And that one has a driver switch. So that's probably our biggest event because it has 40 drivers. We have 20 cars, but we get 40 drivers. And I think that
they're all influencers.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's just drivers. So like we had Kurt Busch come down and he co-drove with like Vaughn.
That's huge, man.
But I feel like drivers are also influencers.
They're also
exactly. Of course.
But you're gonna get the influencer drivers, the ones that actually have the name for themselves, that are actually doing something,
Absolutely. And then seeing those guys race against YouTubers is just hilarious.
It's amazing,
right?
It's a little destruction derby. It's definitely not NASCAR. It's more entertainment based than anything.
It's fun.
And we have the Freedom Factory, so we can do whatever we want. And then we took it on the road, and we took over Indy. And then we just did Bristol this year.
Dude, that Bristol was insane.
Dude, being in Bristol, I mean, you just walk in there and you're just like, oh.
I didn't realize how steep the walls were.
Oh, yeah. Super steep. I mean, they have pictures of when it was just literally just carved in a hole into the mountain.
Insane,
and people just sat up on this hole, and then they raced track.
God.
And now you see it nowadays, and it's state-of-the-art facility.
Yeah.
There's fiber ran everywhere. I mean, I had to run the fiber at the Freedom Factory to be able to do all the cameras and stuff.
They're already set up in Bristol.
I was like, how many 5-area runs do you have? They're like 70. I was like, oh.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah.
We're fine, you guys. We got our 10 cameras. We're good.
Yeah, Indy was an interesting one too. We did it at the drag strip for Cletus and Cars, and they actually poured us a concrete slab specific for the Cletus McFarland event.
Really?
So burnout pad
Sick.
on the drag strip, and then their circle track. You could tell they pay a lot more attention to their drag strip than their circle track. So we had to run triax cables and rent a truck to activate there. But it was a super fun race too.
Dude,
so we'll be back next year as well.
How long? So you got a couple years for there, right?
So I've been working with Cletus. Or you talking about Indy?
For Indy, yeah.
So yeah, Indy we're on a multi-year
Dude, that's
plan.
amazing.
And then with Bristol, they were like, if you want Labor Day for the next few years, it was a successful event, let's do it.
Damn.
So
Now, with the influencers and everything, you've got a recipe for great engagement. What is the reach that these events are reaching in a 1 weekend event?
Yeah, so the pre-promotion, we have our pool of YouTubers, and you get guys like Roman Atwood, who has 15 million subscribers,
yeah,
right?
He's huge.
So just the combined subscriber pool for YouTube alone is normally around 45 to 60 million combined subscribers.
Oh my God.
So we try to get them to do some content leading
million,
up to it.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a million.
And then surrounding the pre-promotion, the day of, and the post videos that everybody does after the event, we usually get 12 to 15 million views across that, just on what we can track on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
that's only YouTube. That's not Instagram. That's not Facebook. That's not all the other social medias.
That's massive.
Yeah, they're huge. I mean, I think a Fox broadcast, we get 17 times the amount of eyeballs on a per screen basis than a Fox NHRA broadcast.
Wow.
You look at the Xfinity races, they're Nielsen rated, and I think it's 850,000 views on an Xfinity race.
You guys watch this.
Yeah. Well, Garrett will do 3 videos a week, and each one of those gets 850,000 views. So
That's
the power of
insane.
YouTube is amazing.
Some people will understand, where did Garrett come from? It's just his story's so crazy. I think if you could wrap it up for us to kind
and we
of give us a lowdown on it.
That's
Cletus.
That's Cletus McFarland.
Yeah.
So his real name's Garrett.
Yeah. So Cletus was working as Garrett at 1320.
Yeah.
And that's why his Instagram handle is still Garrett1320.
That's so rad, though. He never changed that.
He didn't change. No, even his YouTube channel still has the same cover pic of him, and he looks like a baby, right? He's like a young little baby giraffe in that photo.
If it's worked this long, why change it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think when people scroll too, they know it.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
To change it,
It's
kinda,
stupid. Yeah, throw it off.
But yeah, so I think it was. I don't want to misspeak. One of the guys at 1320 video, called him Cletus.
Yeah.
And he just took that and ran with it, and it became this whole thing. And
Unreal.
Cletus McFarland is, and it's there's a beauty in it, right? If you have an alter ego, you can blame some stuff on your alter ego.
Absolutely, for sure. Oh, that was Cletus. That wasn't Garrett.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the guy's one of the smartest guys I know. He dropped out of law school to become a YouTuber.
Unreal.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, because I haven't followed much of it. I'm not really on YouTube or any of that stuff. Busy doing all my own stuff,
old man.
everything. Yeah. I'm an old man with all of it. But my first impression of him, from what little do I know of him, the Cletus McFarland, is just genuine. That's just what I get from him. It's just
for sure
a genuine person who's really out there having fun, and he's just genuine. And I feel like he's someone that would do right by everyone. He doesn't seem like someone that's going to stab anyone in the back or anything. He just seems like
just
a genuine,
real
dude.
Dude, he is so his authenticity. He is the guy. I mean,
it's him.
When it comes down to even just his personal life, his tight knit group of friends, he would do anything for them.
So
he
rad.
takes care of his people.
Yeah.
And then as Cletus, he's at the track. He will not walk away if people are still in line for an autograph. He's staying.
The whole time he's staying there.
Yeah, man.
He has. I've never worked with somebody where, and I'm not to my own horn. I have an insane work ethic. I think I'm very, very driven.
Yeah.
And most of the time I go to company, and you go to a larger corporation, and people are there for 20 years. They're kind of coasting.
Yeah. They're kind of cruising.
So he's the only person that I'm like, damn, this guy outworks me.
Well, it
so
speaks
rad,
volumes that you speak of your employer like that too. I mean, that says a lot about the program and everything that you're doing, because what you're doing is not easy work.
Yeah.
What you guys are putting together, I mean, that's a lot. I mean, it's hard to manage a business under one building. I couldn't imagine moving my business across the country and setting it up, for different events and everything. I mean, the logistics has got to be wild, man.
We have an amazing core team. So there's Alan, his business manager, has been his business manager, helped him buy the Freedom Factory. He actually used to own Bradenton Motorsports Park next door. He sold that to Vic.
Wow.
And then there's Josh. Josh is the manager of Freedom Factory, and he's a core component to the events, right? He's the guy that's going boots on the ground, getting everything organized to be able to do these events. And the guy could probably drive any kind of machinery you could think of. Like he's out there moving, Jersey barriers, and really, really good dude.
Just
and then
working.
And then there's obvious Cletus's hands in all of it.
Yeah.
And we're really working together as a team to kind of get him to just be able to not have to think about it, be like, yes, no, maybe, yes, no. And then there's Carl. Carl works on the merch side, and Carl's like a genius when it comes to optimizing.
Yeah.
The merch now is like, I think they could do 10,000 shirts a day now.
I was just going to ask, how is
10,000 shirts a day?
Yeah, like if they had to like push that many out.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Dude, his merch line is blowing up, huh?
Yeah, I mean, his merch is it's great. Like,
well, Chance, you got to push over a
Chance,
little bit. You're
Chance,
getting
come over. Tell me what you want for Christmas, bud.
Yeah.
No, he's always coming up with creative T-shirt designs, and I mean,
Unreal.
the piston rods and dad bod shirt is probably like the most. I see it everywhere.
It's so epic. I need one. I think.
Is it time?
I mean, I wear the merch, through the airport, and I mean, Hot Rod was probably when I was working at Hot Rod. It was probably like the closest to what I experienced with the Cletus stuff. Where people would be like, "Oh yeah, Hot Rod magazine."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, cool, dude.
I'll wear the Cletus stuff, and people like across the airport would be like, "Hell yeah, brother!" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, brother!"
Dude, it's so unreal. His following is so unreal.
And it's even the random people, like the flight attendants will be like, "Oh, like it's like an old lady." She's like, "I know Cletus."
I'm from Cletus.
That is so bitchin'.
So
man.
you're stating back to Hot Rod Magazine days. Give us your history. I mean, how did you get in the automotive industry?
So I was in media before,
Yeah.
And then I had a mutual friend that lost his arm and couldn't pull his e-brake. So I designed ESOP, which was the first launch pad winner for here at SEMA. And that was just kind of by happenstance. I was like, I was helping another friend design it. I don't have an engineering background. But we started with like hydraulic actuators, and then landed on like a linear worm drive, and it worked really well.
Wow!
So I brought that to the mobility industry and like joined the National Mobility Equipment Dealers Association. I knew about SEMA, and I was into cars. I actually owned a SEMA car at one point when I was like early 20s.
Nice, man.
And then so I was like, oh well, this is a perfect product for a hot rod. So I threw one in a panel van that we had, and the light bulb went off. I was like, let's redesign this. Let's take it to market. 3 months on market, we got Hot Rod Product of the Year. Later that year, we won the launch pad.
Dude.
And so I jumped in with both feet. So built that company up as the COO and co-founder for about 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And then sold it and wanted to get back into media. So got back into media. I was doing some some stuff with my wife. She's a chef, so doing some food stuff. Knew I wanted to be in automotive media, and that's when I got swooped up right when the acquisition happened with Discovery and Motor Trend.
Cool.
Wow.
I think I was the youngest publisher of Hot Rod,
Wow.
the only publisher of Hot Rod that never had any publishing experience, and the first one that didn't like work his way up through the ranks at the company. So they
Damn.
took
Well,
big
and
big
Hot
gamble.
Rod is an iconic name.
It was an
and
honor,
Like
yeah.
it was
It is.
literally like their flagship brand. Like I mean, there was a ton of print magazines and brands below Hot Rod.
Yeah.
But Hot Rod was the number one.
Absolutely.
Like I mean,
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, it still is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Motor Trend and. Yeah, I love new cars, but Hot Rod, that's the legacy. That is
That is
the
the legacy.
Peterson legacy, and
Yes.
there's nothing like it.
Yep. Yeah.
Damn, man. That's amazing.
That is so rad.
Yeah, and then
And now you're heavily involved in SEMA too, right?
yeah. So as soon as I won Launchpad and kind of started learning so SEMA, it was I'm eternally grateful. They took me and they were like, oh my God, look at this 25-year-old kid who developed a product and came here and is selling it. They put me up on a pedestal for a little bit after that launch pad. And, I mean, the price package now is crazy. I didn't have a price package. My price package was they were like, let me introduce you to people.
Yeah.
So
How much is it?
I think you get $100,000 now.
To win Launchpad?
Yeah.
Damn.
You get $100,000. You get like all this distribution stuff.
Dude, that's amazing.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
There was zero money in it when I got it.
You just
That's
got a nice
amazing.
little plaque. Said,
Yeah.
Congratulations,
bud.
man. Good job.
But I leveraged the hell out of that little plaque.
Yeah,
You know
you
what?
had
That's
to.
what brought you to where you are today.
Yeah. So I ended up just jumping into the councils. I was first on Yen, the Young Executives Network.
Yeah.
Now it's Future Leadership Network, which is a good rebrand for them.
It is.
And now I'm on ETTN, which is Emerging Trends and Technology Network.
Wow.
And it's most focused on like engineers and helping support them.
That's
but
awesome.
Also, there's other trends and technology within the network that isn't necessarily a car part.
So what other networks do they have? I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand these different networks that SEMA has that you can be a part of.
Yeah, so there's
there's a long
councils.
list,
yeah,
yeah.
there's councils and there's networks.
Yeah.
So the councils are you represent your company and you pay to be on that.
Okay.
And then the networks are you represent yourself.
Okay.
And your company to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But, and you're volunteering your time.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of them. There's Hot Rod Industry Alliance. There's
Right.
Tora. There's I don't even is
I
it
mean,
called
there's
Tora
female
anymore?
stuff. I don't know. Yeah. No?
Yeah. There's the Wheel and Tire Council.
That's
So
Cool.
Okay,
So there's
yeah.
tons of them.
yeah.
For every little niche of the industry, there's a different council.
And sometimes they sunset them if it's ran its course.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they have new ones. So
That's awesome. I guess you have to because things are always changing.
things are always
Well,
changing.
but it started out as like one group trying to do SEMA all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And you really couldn't. I mean, it's grown so much. You had to break it up into
Yeah.
specific groups to be effective at what it was trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, because you really couldn't do everything all at once.
Wow.
And it's great. And they have so many great events here to support them and get
Yeah.
everybody together and network. I mean, SEMA thought of just this show, which it's obviously this is like what created it.
Yeah.
But there are so many opportunities to network.
Yep.
And that's what opened the door for you. And you were smart enough to identify that when you got the Launchpad is the networking ability that was just offered to you, presented,
Yeah.
and then took it and just made it happen.
That was I may not have an engineering degree, but man, I got some gab in me. Mill is my last name, but it's also the name of a motor.
Yeah.
And I always like to say, I might not be able to change a camshaft, but I got a motor mount. So.
Yeah, motor mouth. I could go.
Yeah.
That's
But
so rad.
it's so important. I mean, all the different councils and networks have their events here. Actually, right after this, I have to run to the Emerging Trends and Technology Lunch and Learn.
Yeah.
So we do like educational seminars and stuff, trying to get people
Unreal.
set up to be able to succeed here.
So one last question. You probably haven't got this question before, but so how's the show this year for you?
The show's good. So this is actually the first year that I'm not attending like for the whole time. Stoked. I used to come in early, set up the booth, stand in the booth the whole time. This one I came in Wednesday, Thursday. I'll have half a day tomorrow. I mean, there's benefits to it and there's disadvantages to it.
Yeah.
It really just depends on your workload and what you're there to do.
Yeah, what you need.
And for what I'm doing this year, I'm coming and I'm just kind of talking to our current partners and.
Bringing new partners in.
Yeah, some of them I've never met in person. Some of them has been Zoom
that's
calls, and then obviously my council duties. So I want to come here and support the council.
So what do you have to do with your council while you're here?
So we have the Tech and Toast this morning, and then the big one is the Lunch and Learn.
Cool.
So we have 3 different panelists that come in, and they'll talk about anything from the emerging biofuels and and EVs, a huge topic, obviously.
Yeah.
Basically anything. If there's something new happening with patents, we'll go over that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Anything that's going to set up an engineer, especially a young engineer who wants to develop their own product, that's who we're here to support.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What do you guys think about the EVs in your whole world of Cletus?
So I love EVs.
Yeah.
I actually I brought in 2012 I brought the first electric hot rod to SEMA.
No shit.
And
Did you?
got laughed off the stage. Actually, Hot Rod Magazine wrote an article about how stupid I was for putting an electric motor in my 28 Buick.
Oh my gosh.
Which was hilarious to me, but it got a little bit of attention. It was built by Welderup, and it was on the Discovery Channel
Sick,
show.
dude.
Steve's a
No
good buddy of
way.
mine, and but nobody got it. It was just like, what
There's
are you doing?
wow, why'd you do that?
Flash forward to 2016, Jonathan Ward brings a Tesla swapped
Yeah.
Mercury, and
Yep.
everybody's like, he's a genius.
You're like, hey, hold
I
on.
was like, you mother.
Hey, remember me?
Little Jonny Mill over
love.
here.
Yeah.
2012.
So that made getting publisher of Hot Rod a little bit more sweeter too. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
sure.
like, who's stupid now?
Gotcha, guys.
Yeah. I think it's going to coexist. I don't think that
For
we're
sure.
going to have a massive switch. I think
No.
everybody's setting these mandates of
Agreed.
like
Yeah.
30, 35 or whatever, but it's not going to be a huge transition
Yeah.
like
Because
that.
it doesn't make sense. It
And
doesn't
this
make sense to do.
alternative fuels now, like, you know, are a big
Yes.
thing. The combustion motor is not going to go anywhere.
It's not going to go anywhere.
Um,
Different fuels, fine.
And if anything,
better.
you know what it's going to do? It's going to bring a different consumer to the aftermarket that maybe
Yeah.
wasn't there before.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's a big important aspect to talk about the RPM Act when it comes to that,
Yeah.
because the RPM Act, people are thinking, oh, we're going to lose our race cars. They're thinking combustion race cars.
Yeah.
No, it's going to cover
Everything.
electric cars.
Anything.
You're not going to be able to convert an electric car to a race car.
For sure.
And so it's gonna affect everybody. Any kind of racer that you can think of
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
going to be affected by the RPM Act. It especially hits home for me because we buy Crown Vics and we make them into
Yeah,
race
you make them
cars.
race cars, yeah.
That would be illegal.
And that is illegal right there.
Yeah. So,
And you'd probably be the first one they'd go after to make an example of.
oh yeah, I mean they've already started. I mean, poor Brent from PFI
Dude,
Speed
I
got
know.
hammered, and luckily PRI kind of stepped up and like shown a
Yep.
big light on his situation. And that guy, I mean, one of the best human beings I've ever met.
Really?
Oh yeah.
He's a really, really good dude.
Brent is such a top-notch dude. It's
Yeah.
very authentic.
It's insane
passionate.
how everyone knows him. Everyone loves him, dude. It's insane.
If I ever met somebody that didn't like him, that would be the biggest red
So
flag.
for
on him.
those
Yeah.
that don't know, who are you guys talking about exactly?
He's from PFI Speed. His name's Brent.
Okay.
I can't pronounce his last name. Levistein.
Levinstein.
Sorry, Brent.
Sorry. Sorry, we probably butchered that pretty bad.
But and he has awesome merch. He's got like the hot rodding is not a crime shirt.
Okay,
I
yeah.
wear that all the time too.
Yeah.
That's another fun one that.
So
people
he
like to give
builds
the nod.
like Hondas, man.
Yeah,
he builds
so
Hondas. He puts tuners,
Big tuner.
big tuners. And so he got dinged by the EPA.
Yeah.
He got fined from the EPA, as you know,
Yeah.
it happens. He got fined from the EPA for using what's the name of the tuner again? The Hyundai.
I don't remember.
I can't remember what it is, but it's
yeah.
like a Hun something tuner. And he sold, and they audited him.
Yeah.
They looked at how many he sold, and they fined him an $18,000 fine
Wow.
for doing it. It could go up to $180,000 or whatever it was if he didn't pay between now and now. So I was like, at that point, and he's a small shop, man.
Yeah.
He's a small shop, just doing cool YouTube stuff. Like,
I mean, I've talked to probably 4 or 5 large companies here who've also been fined heavily with it from
Yeah.
him. And a lot of times there's gray areas that they're going after. It's like they go in for one specific thing, and then they open their reach and just try to touch anything they can. And
Yeah.
they make outrageous claims and
It's
use scare
insane.
tactics to get you to settle at something.
Yep.
And you spend all your time
Yep.
trying to argue with them, like, no, this is not what this does.
Yeah.
Like we had him come in one time and like trying to claim like an extension pipe that I had, which was labeled an extension pipe on the shelf. I'm like, well, what is that? Like a lot of people they claim them as an extension pipe and they're to delete cats. I go, it's an extension pipe. Like
Yeah.
it's designed
It's
to
legit,
extend
and
the
it-
pipe
yeah.
for a different cab length. Like that's what it is. You know, and other badges. I'm like, oh
Insane.
my gosh, this is
Yeah.
wild.
yeah, it's definitely a wild time. But the RPM Act is, I think it's a great deal to be a part of that. So they're SaveOurRaceCars.com. Is that what it is? Or
Yeah, SaveOurRaceCars.com.
SaveOurRaceCars.com.
PRI, I mean, it's all over their
Yeah.
sites, all over SEMA.
Oh,
Yeah.
right on.
So people can find it
go
pretty
sign
easy.
it. Honestly, it takes 2 seconds to sign.
Yeah.
They send a letter to the Congress saying, hey, you know, it's all written for you already. So
Yep.
you sign it, you put your email address in, send it off. Takes 2 seconds, but definitely do it. I would say if
Yeah,
you're
we gotta do
listening.
that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, SaveOurRaceCars.com and or go to PRI.com, PerformanceRacing.com. You have all the information there. But anyways, get off pushing that.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry about that.
Sorry about that. We had a little plug there. No, but
thanks.
man,
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by. Yeah. So, what's your favorite build this year?
My favorite build this year?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I have not, once my schedule calms down, normally at the end of, my last day, so
Yeah.
probably end of today, I'll walk around, I'll start, looking
Actually,
at some
seen
of the
some builds. Yeah.
What's
But
your
I,
most memorable one you've seen so far? And passing.
in passing, to be honest, it was a golf cart that looked like the Batmobile.
No,
Dude, I saw that.
I didn't
I
see
saw
it
that.
yet.
Yes.
If I'm gonna go top of mine, it was a golf cart.
It's golf cart.
Also, because I'm in the market for a golf cart, so
So
I
you're
saw
like,
it and I
"Ooh,
was
I could
like,
use that."
Dude, that
Well,
thing,
the prices are finally coming down on the golf carts too because they were so
Yeah.
damn expensive during COVID.
Dude,
yeah.
they blew up. Everything was so damn expensive during COVID.
Yeah.
Though.
But I cruised through the Battle of the Builders area. I mean,
Rad.
there's some
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool cars over there. And then the EV area, not to plug that again, but there's some cool stuff happening over in the
Freaking
EV
cool.
area.
Where is that at?
That's in
the
North
one-
Hall.
Oh, North Hall, okay.
So
I
that's
haven't
in
been
North
over there
Hall.
yet. I haven't been in North Hall yet, so I got to check
Yeah,
it
so
out.
they have the Battle of the Builders over there, and then like a full EV lineup of like converted, classic cars and stuff. So it's
Sick, man.
some sick stuff.
Dude, the
over
new
there.
hall is so nice.
Yeah, the new hall is
It's
really
huge.
nice.
Amazing, dude. It's
Yeah, they got the
huge.
Overland stuff over there.
Yeah.
So that's a cool section to check
Yeah,
out as well. if
yeah.
you're-
You know, a lot of
cruising
people will
around.
talk like, oh, there's empty spaces everywhere still, But my guys, there's a whole West
new-
Hall
Yeah.
that's almost full
That's
too.
giant,
yeah,
too,
Yeah,
man.
it's a little bit bigger, but I mean, it went from you couldn't walk around before; it was cramped.
Yeah.
We're thankful there's a little bit of breathing room.
Wider
nice.
aisles. I'll take
And
the wider
aisles,
all day.
and there's some really good just seating areas, man.
Yeah.
People
Well,
go
yeah.
sit and have lunch and like.
We used
before
to
there
just
was
sit on the
never like
floor to eat our
Yeah.
lunch.
So that used to be my tactic with E-Stop. Was I'd have a really nice comfy couch, and
Yeah.
like people would come
Smart,
into my booth and
dude.
like hang out, and it
Just
looked like
hang
my
out.
booth was busy, and so like, more people would
Dude,
come.
it's genius,
now,
man.
Now they can sit anywhere. So
Right,
No, it's good that
rad.
it's good that they're doing that. That's massive. Damn it, there was one other thing. Oh no, man.
check
It's
my
been-
Rolodex.
I know, I know.
Questions.
I don't know. It's
No,
been.
it was a pleasure being able to come over here and talk
Thank
to
you
you
so
guys.
much, dude.
and-
Come over
Thanks,
and chat
man.
with
It was
us.
great to
and-
finally meet you in person. I
Yeah,
mean, I know we've
absolutely.
been in passing. We've been in the same area many times, but
Yeah, I came out to your shop one time too to just kind of check it out
Yeah.
a while back, but I don't think you were there that time. You guys you guys have a great product. You guys been around, family owned and operated too. It's
Yeah.
cool. You guys have a good story.
our passion keeps us going.
Yeah.
And just we want to continue having fun, and we live our brand, and we enjoy it, and that's I think what a lot of these brands started out as.
Yeah.
I mean, they were very passionate, driven. Thankfully, with like some of the companies that have a lot of brands under an umbrella, there's still passionate employees within there that still drive them forward, and
Yeah.
I think we've got a great opportunity for everyone here, and I think. I think our industry has a lot of has a lot of life in it still.
Oh yeah. And there's no industry like it, right? Like
Yeah.
I've been in
really
other
not.
industries. I mean, you're in media too. Like media, there's like that. Like there's competition here. It's like you can go to dinner with your competition here,
It is
and like
awesome.
everybody
Yeah.
loves each other. And
Exactly.
what other trade show? I've been to like the National Mobility Equipment Dealers Association trade show.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to sneak into that one.
No one cares.
Nobody's buying a badge on Craigslist trying to
No,
sneak in there to see freaking stethoscopes. You know what I'm saying?
Stethoscopes.
I always tell like my son, I go, look, we could be like selling toothpicks or Q-tips or something.
Honestly,
I go,
yeah.
be thankful we're selling something cool that we enjoy also.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Actual cool industry, man. It's so much
Yeah.
fun. It's always something new. It's always something cool. Racing is just badass.
It is.
It's
Oh, yeah.
freaking badass. Automotives are badass. So,
Hell yeah.
thank you for coming on. Where can they find out more information about you guys and Cletus?
So they can actually download like the Roku or Fire TV apps, Cleater Vision.
Cool.
And then go to CletusMcFarland.com, check out the YouTube channel, subscribe, do all that stuff. You'll be entertained. There's something
It's
there
so
for
insane.
everybody. It's PG-16. We have fun. We know how to have fun, and yeah, he's the fastest growing I think YouTuber out there right now.
Unreal,
at
man.
least in
Now,
our
is there
space.
any insider information you can share with us that might be coming out next year or something that or an event or something, or a little teaser you can give them?
So a little teaser is we're having some heavier hitters come and rent out the track, the Freedom Factory. So
Really?
Wow.
we're definitely expanding what we're going to do there,
Rad.
and we're going to have some pretty big leagues coming through, and yeah, we're going to keep expanding. We're doing original content now on the platform, so
Dude, sick.
there's a lot of growth and room for
So
growth
is
for us.
more tire smoke coming?
Oh yeah, well, tire smoke is just gonna. That's a given. That
That's
is
a given.
Actually, we just released our first original content. It's called The Smoke Show, and it's actually a behind-the-scenes look at how we did Bristol.
Dude,
Wow.
sick.
And that's on the Cleater Vision. It's only for yearly subscribers, so it's
Cool.
exclusive for them. We'll probably release it to everybody at some point, but
Yeah.
really trying to kind of take those core subscribers that
That's good,
invested
man.
in us
Yeah.
and give them something special.
How much is it a month?
So it's not monthly; it's $99
Yearly?
a year.
'Kay.
If you're a subscriber, I'll get automatically included in all the vehicle giveaways.
Okay.
Oh, rad.
You get discounts if you're going to come to the Freedom Factory.
And you get all the live feed?
You get every single live stream, so you
That's
save
rad, man.
a ton of money if
Yeah.
you're buying them at 20 bucks
Dude,
a pop.
that's rad.
So yeah, and we do special merch. So like when we did
Dude,
the
it's so
launch, you got a special
genius.
T-shirt. So it's well worth it if you like the entertainment.
Insane, man.
Yeah, it's a
Rad.
cool platform.
Dude, I love it. I love it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
joining
guys.
us, dude.
Appreciate
Next guest coming right up.
So why don't you make a proper introduction for our bitchin' guest
Yeah.
here?
We got my boy Garrett Reed from American Muscle HD. What, you're at 2.4, 2.7?
2.2 million.
2.2 million
Wild,
followers
man.
on Instagram,
And
which
you're not
is
showing boobs or anything like
No,
that?
no, no.
no blonde hair, no boobs.
No, yeah. Curly hair, man.
Curly, it's the curly hair.
Curls, bro. It's
No,
the curls.
his page is very It's all organic from the very beginning. Dude, what year did you start it?
2013.
2013.
So what made you
start
start
an Instagram
it?
page? Yeah, what?
So the story was this little local car meet I used to go to on Friday nights in the city I grew up in outside of Atlanta. One of my friends had a truck page.
Yeah.
They had like 14,000 followers at the time.
And you're like, whoa.
He had been running it for like about a year, and that was a lot of followers back then.
Yeah, it's massive,
it was huge. And I was just intrigued by it because, again, this is like the start of social media. Facebook had just kind of been around, and whatnot. And so I was just like, you know what, this might be kind of cool. I was in between freshman and sophomore year of college, right?
Yeah.
And I was worried about my studies and my grades. So I was just like, I don't know if I need something to distract me from what I'm doing right now. But then I thought, you know what, let me just do it.
Yeah.
Kind of keep it in the background and just see where it goes. And that's what I did. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't know, this is back when you could only post 1x1 images.
Insane, dude.
There was no landscape.
Right.
There was
straight
no
square
forfeits.
image.
It was square 1x1.
And you can add a crazy filter to it if you want a crazy border.
Yeah, exactly. And this is all the apps that we use now and take advantage of to make stuff square or forfeits, whatever.
Yep.
There was hardly any of those either because
there was none of that,
there was
man,
no
'cause
platform for it to be needed. So I was getting pictures offline, and I was chopping off the hood and the trunk to make it 1x1 because I couldn't find any 1x1 stuff. It was so funny.
And
so,
everyone's framing was that, too.
Dude, it was horrible. And so, I managed that for a while before stuff finally kind of started to come out to help you make stuff 1x1. And it's just so funny to think back on where I started on that and to what it is now.
And you've always been like a car enthusiast?
Oh, yeah. Since I was a kid, man. It's funny. I always tell people I attribute everything that I'm into because of my brother. My brother's 8.5 years older than me, so he was always into cool stuff, and so I would follow in his footsteps of what he liked, and then I would just take it to the nth degree.
Nice.
I've learned that, you know what I'm saying? Photography.
That's cool. You learn how to kind of do it better in your own way. And
I just would take it, and I'm just like, all right, how can I keep improving on it?
Yeah,
my brother
let's
would kind of get in at the novice level, and that'd be it. And to me, I was like, nah, this is dope. I'm going to keep doing it. So
I'm going to be good at this.
Yeah, photography, guns, cars, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
So when did you see – when was the point like, dude, this actually is taking off?
Well, I don't remember exactly when it was. I think it would probably been 2015, maybe late 2014. But it was honestly when I reached out to Justin at Chevrolet.
Crazy.
So I noticed that they had followed me, and this is back when they were still verified then.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm verified, and Chevrolet. I knew it was Chevrolet, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, this is
Chevrolet?
crazy.
You're
Yeah,
reaching out to me?
A major manufacturer. So our OEM. So I reached out to him or vice versa, and we connected on there. And then I think we ended up meeting at I think the Alabama, Hoover, Alabama stop of
Road Tour?
Power Tour.
Power Tour, I think, yeah. Power Tour.
And then later that year they invited me up to Detroit for Dream Cruise.
Wow.
And it was crazy. I got to see the what's the headquarters of GM?
The
Renaissance Center.
Yeah, Renaissance Center was epic, yeah.
And then it just kind of went from there. So I was just like, man, this is crazy. One of the first companies I work with is a major OEM. It's like, holy crap.
That is massive. There was like nothing leading up to that either. Like just straight boom. Here you go.
It really was. It was just that. And so
how many followers did you have at that point?
That's where I don't know.
Do you think you're at 1 million? Do you think
No, I was nowhere near that. Maybe I had at max a couple 100,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the difference was like a novice would have been like, oh, cool, look who followed me. And you're like, hey, I need to reach back out to these people. And you made something from it, too, and took it.
100%. Well, because I just was like, I was so shocked. So I was just like, well, I at least need to introduce myself.
Like, oh, my God, I got to talk to him.
It's genius,
yeah. I just need at least introduce myself, and so that's kind of what I did. So I think I attribute a lot of my success to just taking some initiative.
Just doing it.
You know, it just in some small capacity. Again,
Absolutely,
it just starts at just introducing yourself.
Yeah.
Because you don't never know where that's going to go after that.
That's the hardest part sometimes, too.
Yeah, because people are timid.
Know.
People are really timid.
Very timid.
They're like thinking, oh, man, like, they overthink things. And don't get me wrong, I overthink things, too.
No,
same.
But, like, you know, it's just my level of overthinking and what I overthink.
Yeah.
So I'm a social person, right?
Yeah.
I'm a talker, and that's honestly what I attribute most of my success to. Of course, people have put me in positions to meet the people I need to know, but
still, you took that first initiative, it's just massive.
Right, 100%.
And being social is huge. You're like being a kind of an extrovert, I guess you would say, is a huge deal. You have to be.
Yeah.
And like I've been really introverted in my whole life, but I've learned over time is like, do you have to get out there? You have to put yourself out there.
Even if you don't turn your personality into that, it's learning to turn it on and off.
Yes, exactly.
And knowing when to do it.
Yeah.
You know
work.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Just turn it off at work, and then you can turn it off when you're home.
100%.
Private life.
100%. And that's not being ingenuine either. It's just knowing that that's what you have to do.
Yes.
To do what you have to do.
See, I love that because I feel like people think it's ingenuine, but
no,
it's not.
I've never thought of you that way, though. I've always thought you were outspoken, good, carry on.
But I also think
conversations.
because you turn on your work, but also because we've become good friends over the years too.
I was gonna say, we're just work now.
No.
You turn it on for me.
At the very beginning, it was work, and it's like what, trying to meet these people, trying to get out there and do more work, and then it turned into a friendship. So it's like once it's a friendship, it's easy.
It's over with. Yeah,
it's over.
It's
you don't have
easy,
to turn it on and off. It's always on.
So yeah, there's a difference between again, being an introvert and an extrovert and turning it on when you need to, in a sense, for business versus, and this is not to get controversial, but this is where I kind of have an issue with some other content creators is that they make this persona that's not them just for the camera.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Just fake.
And I'm not a fan of that. It's like, be who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's my opinion. Obviously, work is a little different because,
Yeah.
But I guess that is their work, too.
It is their work, but
still,
but
to be made.
They want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't be great on camera and then be an asshole to the person.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
they make this personality on camera.
If you want to be an influencer, you got to be a real influencer.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And again, this is not me making myself big-headed, but this is where I feel like I stand apart from a lot of people is because you know me for a long time. It's like I'm going to be the same regardless. You're never going to get fake from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Garrett.
The only times you'll see me act different is if I'm mad. Is if I'm mad about something or if I'm tired. You'll notice that you'll see my personality change when I get tired. But I think that's anybody.
That's real life, man. It's anybody.
That's just anybody. I'm not the same talkative person once I'm tired. You'll know.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm the same guy. I don't sugarcoat shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're good. You
okay,
cool.
Cool.
You're good.
All right.
Podcast.
I felt like Marshawn Lynch on that recent thing where he cussed on ESPN. I was like, oh. But yeah, I'm always the same person. And that won't ever deviate. And so I've always told people, too, is I'm starting to get more recognition on things, and I've noticed that. But I told my friends, close friends, I said, if you ever notice me starting to change from who I normally am, please tell me and reel me back in, because that's one thing I pride myself on is that I'm going to always be a humble dude no matter what kind of success I have. Because you see people change all the time.
All the time, man.
And I hate it.
Well, and you lose focus on why you even enjoyed it in the first place.
Exactly.
This is fun. And really, we have something in common with every single person on this floor right now. And you seem like the type of person also have a conversation with anyone out here and carry it on. And we enjoy the talking, the gabbing, the going out there. And then sometimes you say when we get tired, you just want to go home and say
100%.
nothing.
Yeah.
And the wife's like, how was the day? How was everything? And I'm just like, I just want to shut down and keep my mouth shut for at least a couple hours.
Yeah, let's just sit down and watch TV.
Let me recoup my exactly. Let's watch TV.
Let's just watch TV.
I need to recoup right now.
Yeah,
my
100%.
Energy and everything.
100%.
That's like here, man. Coming to SEMA, you talk all day. All you want is to go back to the hotel and
This is the first year I have had no interest in doing anything after the show.
Yeah.
I've been going to the show for almost 10 years now, and obviously I've done all the industry parties and gone to the clubs and drank and this, that, and the third, and it's just bro, I'm over it. I'm not a fan of this city anyway. I come here too often.
I am. You've been here a lot lately.
I come to this city at least 2-3 times a year, and I'm just over it. I don't gamble.
Yeah.
I don't really party that hard, so that's the only two things to do.
It's hard. That's what you do here, man.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is.
I'm so burnt out on Vegas right now.
Well, I've been here since
I'm
Saturday as a manufacturer, and I don't gamble. I don't do any of that either. I mean, we'll try to drink, but then sometimes if you have too many drinks, and they just make for a shitty day the next day. And it's sometimes you just want a nice meal and maybe a cocktail and just go to sleep. That's
honestly
it.
the only thing I like about the city is the food,
good
man.
food.
Because there's so much variation.
And it's so rad because when you go out with every night, you could jump on a new dinner with a different person.
100%.
Or you get the invite to a different dinner, and you're like, hell yeah, bomb food. I don't
or
care
you
before.
spend all day,
or
you spend all day talking to everyone, and you kind of want to just turn it off. You just want to go eat a dinner, watch a game on the TV.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to say it. He said it, but honestly, the mooching aspect of SEMA is the best. It's the best, bro. You're just oh, y'all are going to dinner? Bet I'll come with y'all.
Exactly.
Where y'all going?
Oh, where are you going? Oh, I love that place. Let's
that
go.
place is great. I'll tell
Wait,
you.
hold on. Let me see where Kane Inn is going. 1 second.
Well, it sucks tonight we're having McDonald's, but
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's still free.
Yeah.
Still
hey, it's free though. I'll take it.
$5 is $5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A free meal is better than any other meal.
Exactly.
I have a lot of SEMAs here. This is, I think, my 26th now. We've as an exhibitor, manufacturer. What is your SEMA like? I mean, what's the preparation that you do as an influencer and stuff coming to SEMA? And what is your week kind of like? What is it consumed with?
Man, it's changed over the years, I guess, because of, more notoriety and doing more things. It's weird. Like sometimes, obviously there's some meetings set up, right, with companies to talk about future plans and sponsorship or builds and such like that. I've had a few of those this week. But, last year was odd, obviously, because it was the first year off of COVID. And people were obviously still probably a little weird and a little timid.
Yeah.
And because it was a year off, I really didn't care about the cars last year.
Yeah.
Even though that's my job and making content with vehicles, I didn't care. Because I was like, I want to see my people.
Reconnect with your people.
I want to see my people. Yeah. It's been a year plus.
How you doing?
Exactly.
Are you okay?
Catching up with everybody. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's really what I cared about. I wanted to see all my people, and that was my plan. This year, I had a little bit more of a duty to like go around and get content because I knew the caliber of vehicles, especially what I showcase, was going to be immensely better than last year, right? Because there's been more time.
Yeah.
And so people are cranking out cooler stuff.
That's true.
So I wanted to make a point of going and getting a lot of content, which is still hard. He knows as a single person, you can only do so much.
You can only walk so far.
And you can only walk so far. You can only cover stuff so fast. And during the show, even with just the phone,
you get stopped and talked to
all
day.
And that's the crazy thing about it is, I've gotten to this point now where I used to seek people out. Yeah. Now people bump into me and say what's up, which is even cooler.
That is
it's
amazing,
super cool,
Yeah.
But it's hard to plan.
But it's hard. Exactly. It's hard to plan. You think you have a plan of getting somewhere, and you stop and talk to somebody for 20 minutes, and you're late to a meeting, or you're late to see a car.
Or you don't get the reveal of that car. You missed this. Or
exactly. And then, everything's stacked on top of each other. Everything unveils at between 10 and 11 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's like, how am I supposed to get everything?
That's what's insane, man. It's like, how you didn't get from Central Hall all the way to West Hall.
You got to teleport. And it's like, bro, we got 4 days. Why not spread these out across all 4 days?
Well, we're getting close with the loop, though. The loop kind of gives us a little bit of teleporting.
A little bit.
It does.
A little bit.
A little teleporting. Yeah. Tell us your cars,
Yeah, exactly. But back to your question, I guess, it's just I have some baseline plan, but it's never tied down unless it's like a meeting, of course, because I know how fast things can change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your time frame gets messed up so quick here.
Yeah.
But your main focus is obviously content.
It's content. Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I've been trying to do this week is going around and getting reels. And I'm a realist. I realize I'm not going to get everything.
Yeah.
But that's the beautiful thing about how I run my channel is that I know other people are going to get content of it, and I can just reshare it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
That's the way I look at it.
That does work out really well.
Now, what do you think about reels versus stories versus a post?
Yeah, what's happening with the algorithm?
I don't know, man. It's a constant battle that I'm trying to fight just like everybody else. I wish I had an in on how it all works, but I just honestly I wake up every day I just try my best to make it work.
You think consistency is key then?
100%. That's exactly what it is.
Consistency.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, consistency is definitely key. But the thing I tell people all the time, particularly like brands that reach out to me and I'm trying to grow my following,
Yeah.
It's like they have to understand that you have to be patient.
Yeah.
Because everybody's posting reels now. That's what they're pushing. So everything is a reel. Yeah. So don't get discouraged if a few videos in a row aren't going to hit, because you're going to have one that hits.
Yeah,
you see it all the time. A small page that has 100 followers will post a video and it'll blow up and hit 1 million views. Yeah. So it's like you have to just be consistent, be patient, put in the work, create good content.
Yeah.
Mr.
Binkert.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that those are the few things that I've always preached about with social media is just consistency, good content, and just not being impatient.
Yes, massive.
Which is it's hard. I know it's hard.
I think the hardest part too, sometimes, at least for us as a brand, is like having the right identity. Yeah. People are trying to post stuff for entertainment or post whatever, post stuff that maybe is trending, and sometimes you kind of lose your identity going through that, and then you don't really have the right people, and it's all brands. At least I want my brand to have millions of followers, but that doesn't really result to me as millions of customers, right?
Sure,
and,
that's very true.
I guess it's hard, like for us, always trying. Like I've battled with it. Like, do we post entertaining stuff to get the likes, the followers? It makes me feel good, like we're doing it,
Yeah.
Or do I need to accept that when I'm posting product and stuff, and some of them only maybe get 800 likes and a few comments, that those are real solid stuff, solid engagement.
If you put
and
800 people in one room, it's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, and you're more than
and
likely
they're
to get
real.
something. Yeah.
Exactly, you're more likely to get a sell, and they're real people really liking your stuff.
Yeah, I've preached that too, about how like to not worry about like the gross number. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why a lot of companies are focusing on micro influencers now. Yeah, okay, I have 2 million followers.
You're right.
But if you have a tight knit group of followers, 20, 30,000 people that really connect with you, bro, that's just as important and just as beneficial as having 2 million.
Or you break it down even farther, and you go to you have your group of friends.
Yeah.
And you have the 10 group of friends with that one influencer who influences all those people and is literally like the leader of those
we talked about this
groups.
recently.
Yeah, 100%.
You find that smaller, more impactful influencer.
Yeah, I agree. So, there's pros and cons to both, like the micro influencer versus whatever you call a regular influencer.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
But and that's the difference, I guess, a little bit with me is that, and this, is that I didn't have a plan in the beginning to brand myself, Garrett Reed, with American Muscle HD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know how this was going to play out.
Yeah,
right?
true.
I didn't have a plan in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was just,
And
willy-nilly.
you don't think maybe at that point it's like you don't know if that's the right thing to do too.
Yes.
It's like, do I want to brand myself, or do you want to keep American Muscle HD just American Muscle HD?
Right, exactly.
So do you want a face behind it? But now,
well, yeah, exactly. But now I'm realizing the benefit that people trusting and connecting with an individual has for brand partnerships and you as a brand, like you as a person and your entity. Because I look at people like Alex Taylor, Cletus McFarland, whoever Adam LZ, all these people. They started their brand as them.
Yeah.
Which
their
is
face.
Which is smart. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that plan from the beginning,
Yeah.
right? So they built their whole brand off of them.
Yeah.
And people saw them from the beginning.
Yeah.
Alex, they grew up with Alex damn near.
Yeah.
Like she was, 16 when she started?
So crazy.
So she, it's drag racing now and stuff, and now she's obviously doing Motor Trend, has a co-host on the show. And all that.
Wow.
So it's like, it's just to give her flowers. I give her flowers all the time. Like, she is impressive.
Yeah.
She's a friend of mine, so it
is unreal what she's done.
It's amazing. Like, she's always had a steady increase in her career, but just recently it just seemed like she's just gone like
skyrocketed,
to the moon.
man.
And I love to see it.
But
really
it's because of what she's done though too.
Yeah.
It's because of that steady, increase that has taken her to that peak now. It's like just go, 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 go.
And she's one of the most genuine people you'll meet in this industry. Like, she's not, there's no fluff. When I talk about people that put on for the camera, like she is real deal. Like, everything she does. Everything she does. She's a wrencher. She's a drag racer. She can build shit from scratch.
Yeah.
You're not going to find very many people like that in this industry that are influencers.
Exactly.
And that are real.
That are real. And relatable. And she's obviously she's really pretty and all that kind of stuff. So it's like,
who is she again?
Alex
Taylor.
Alex Taylor.
Her car is over there in the Iski booth, going up the ramp.
55.
Right over there on the west.
Okay.
55 Chevy, her and her dad. But her dad is a chassis builder. Yeah, Dennis Taylor. He's a chassis builder.
Okay.
He builds race cars. Yeah, drag racer.
He's definitely one of the top 5 drag race builders. I
would agree.
Okay.
Yeah, with that. So
Dennis is a madman.
Her car, when she first started, is a 67, 68 Camaro. It's called Bad Marrow.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
It's gone through some motors since then. But yeah, she's a drag racer, and now she has a TV. She's co-host with Lucky.
What's the name of the show again?
Costa. It's
I can't believe I don't remember that.
I can't.
Yeah, anyways.
It's on Motor Trend.
Yeah, Motor Trend new show. And it's really good, man. They're doing a great job. They're building dragsters, man, and going, doing drag week and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, like I said, I give her flowers whenever I can, and she's actually nominated for Influencer
of the Year for SEMA.
Yeah, so I'm hoping she wins it because, again, I think she really deserves it.
Yeah.
I was actually in the running for that.
Dude, what happened, man?
I can't talk about it on camera. I know that it's not bad, but I know one of the guys that was a judge, and I can't talk about it. I'll tell you after.
Yeah, tell me afterwards.
Yeah. But
I think we already know.
It was a small little caveat that was kind of like that SEMA has to keep as like an image issue.
Yeah.
And if I was like, if that's the only issue that kept me from top 5, I'm completely fine with it.
Whatever,
like
100%.
I'm completely fine with it. That means I was there.
How many
otherwise.
people? I wonder how many people they had it at first. And
That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know.
Curious.
Well, how they select it too, or how
how they select on followers.
I'm sure there's criteria.
I'm sure it's everything. I'm sure it's followers.
Well, around tables. Who do you think's cool? This one.
Yeah, they had a panel of judges, but I don't know. Again, I don't know what the criteria was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's cool that SEMA is honoring that.
Agreed.
SEMA is honoring people like that.
Yeah.
Like you guys that have built this industry. Because honestly, dude, without all of these influencers, SEMA is nothing.
Yeah. Well, especially nowadays, right? Because you see the way that the industry has changed in terms of content and media.
Yeah.
You are the media platform
right now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's video
content.
content.
It's the distribution platform.
100%. Not, obviously, some magazines have come back in force, and they're doing great.
Yeah.
But you obviously know now, like that's not the medium that's not the main source of. That's not the main medium that content is getting pushed now.
Yeah, distributed out.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is social media.
Yeah, it is.
And so
massive.
it was fighting an uphill battle for me, honestly. Once I did realize what weight I held with the social media thing, having to convince companies that, hey, like I can provide a service. This is back when you could promise a company you'd grow them so many followers.
Yeah,
so much time.
You can't do that nowadays.
You can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
No.
But there was a time, like when I built my Silverado back in 2016,
Yeah.
like I was working with like Butnick Wheels and Cook's Headers, companies that I still have connections with to this day. But I would promise them like, hey, I'm going to get you to X amount of followers in this amount of time.
Yeah.
And that was the deliverables for the product.
So crazy, man.
And so now
those are crazy days.
It is. And so now it's just like companies have finally come to a realization that social media has weight. You know what I'm saying? Like you really had to prove yourself back in the day, like that you had some value.
Yeah.
I mean, you still do today, but it's not as hard because companies understand the eyeballs that people get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like what social media is. Back then, they didn't really know what it was.
No.
They were like, you have a social media presence? What is
that?
What's that?
Instagram?
So you just put pictures out there?
Yeah, exactly. We're back in magazine time. You know? It's like,
well, some people are still stuck back then, but now at least we have solid numbers, like real numbers. Like, hey, your image really, or your videos got shared by this many people, it's saw by this many people, like everything.
Yeah.
The magazine's like, we got 10,000 subscribers that get magazines every month. But how many people look at that page?
That was an argument I made so much. It's like, okay, you have you sold 175,000 copies of this magazine in a month, right? There's no camera in the magazine to show who stops at a certain page.
Yeah, do you even see it?
And these companies are paying, like, I'll talk personally for me. When I got a magazine, I did not look at the ads.
No,
I would go straight to the article.
Yep.
Straight to the article.
Well, it was even worse back then, too, because our numbers also had newsstands, right? And those calculations were put in. So this is how many we printed, how many we put out there, and it was all over. It wasn't delivered to one person, and not everything was sold on the newsstands.
Yeah, true that.
And so, like, the numbers were so skewed, you didn't know what you were getting.
Yeah.
I talked to a magazine that they're bringing it back. It's like a classic truck magazine, a few of them. But they're saying now they have 75,000 subscribers that they're sending magazines to 75,000 homes.
Okay.
Not a newsstand.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a little more weight there.
A little more weight there, yeah.
And I mean, the nice thing about a magazine, though, I've always loved print.
I love print.
Magazine. I love print.
I mean,
I love print.
Yep.
It lives. It lives in that coffee table.
It
and
does.
It lives in that house or that garage.
That's true forever.
For a lot longer than,
your
social
Instagram
media
post.
Yeah, that gets lost in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You like it and you forget about it.
Yeah.
I would love for magazines to kind of come back because I think there is a value.
There's 100% of value. There's
Yeah.
100% of value. But my point was that, like, it's like, okay, again, proving numbers and showing actual analytics and like how these numbers are being displayed. So you have a magazine that's however many pages, and your ad is like either a full page or you're in a corner of a page or whatever, and you're paying up to $10,000 or whatever it is for a full page ad in a magazine.
Yeah.
You don't know how many eyes are necessarily getting on that page.
Our ads would always do a third vertical because it's always the outside of the page, and they would never put another ad to it.
Oh, that makes sense.
And they'd always put their finger usually on it. It was always like trying to get someone to
smart.
touch it and get onto it.
That's smart.
That's really smart because you are touching it, you are seeing it,
And there's always copy, from an article there next to that ad, so it would stand out and not get blended.
That's super smart. That's super smart. But back to my point, like proving to these companies is like, okay, you sell a magazine. A magazine sells, again, 150,000 copies in a month. I can get 150,000 views or eyeballs on one post.
Yeah.
I know, it's so nuts.
You know what I'm saying? Like one single
unreal.
post, and you're having to sit and wait this magazine in a store for a month to possibly get
possibly
100.
get
And you can say this many people saved it. This many people sent it to someone.
Right.
Like, and then these many
click-through
people right
rate,
here
real
below
numbers.
engaged together with each other
Yes.
in it.
These
Like,
guys all talked about it.
Yes. And that, I feel like I'm obviously like that is incredibly impactful.
Yeah.
it's
you know?
it's everything you ever wanted from advertising from back in the day. Like from the print stuff. Print stuff back in the day, it was just kind of a shot in the dark, and you hope someone saw it. You have measurables, you have facts, and that's the greatest part about marketing nowadays is you can prove your work.
Yeah.
Anything show it.
Anything short of like showing like you got an actual sale from this post, like it's everything a company would want to see, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You know what
It
I'm saying?
is 100%.
Because again, it's a part of the marketing strategy.
Yeah.
It's that funnel or whatever it's called, the pyramid.
It is.
Like it's a part. It's literally putting the image in front of that person's face to even consider it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
it's wild.
If a person doesn't know about a product, they can't consider it.
They can't at all.
And then they can't have the possibility of buying it.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't imagine somebody just seeing something immediately and be like, oh, I got to have that.
I need it.
It doesn't work.
Okay, and what we're not taking into consideration either is what we can't measure. Like me, I'm not one to go like on stuff and comment on stuff. I'm
That's
there
true, too.
just to kind of look through it.
Yeah.
So there's also
and
more eyes that are not commenting.
I'm
not
looking
liking.
at it.
Yeah.
I'm there, but I'm just not the one
To
double
double tap.
Like, dude,
tapping
that's
and
sick.
commenting
Yeah,
or open
100%.
for comments. It's branding to me, and I'm just going through and entertaining myself.
100%.
I mean, so there's a huge other side. Like
Yeah.
the
it's like a ghost
percentage.
number almost.
Yeah, that ghost number has got to be substantially larger than the numbers that we see.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah,
So that's
true.
That's a whole other thing.
So it's even more than you're actually
it's
seeing.
it's
which is good.
immeasurable. Yeah.
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 So,
Well, I mean, even when it comes to trade shows too, it's like, hey, we had, 100,000 people come.
you should almost put a calculation on that ghost number and start.
Yeah. Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
so
Add that to it. Like,
and we'll call
add
it,
10% to that. Or
Add 10%,
whatever.
Call it the
just
Garrett
make
ratio or something.
Yeah.
You know,
The Garrett ratio.
Yeah. Just kind of make something up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
That's
love
funny.
the Garrett ratio.
That's awesome. I'm gonna coin that.
Favorite build you've seen here so far?
Ooh. I gotta hype my boy up, but I won't say. I can't necessarily say it's my favorite, but I gotta hype him up. My boy Jerry, he builds some of my vehicles, but he built a 1950 Willys wagon.
Sick.
Sick. It's over in the Toyo Tread Pass. I don't know
Dope.
if you've been
Of
over
course
there
it
and
is,
seen
man.
Yeah.
They fucking have the best
Yeah, they
stuff.
always
dude.
I haven't been over there yet, but
It's
there's
sick.
usually the best stuff over there.
Yeah. It's right inside the tent. It's the first one on the right. I got a picture. I'll show you. real
Because
quick.
Yeah, I'll see
you don't usually see a Willys.
Yeah,
here.
it was
Like,
just crazy. Yeah, and of course, I mean, dude, we were talking about earlier the Toyo Tread Pass.
See?
Dude, that is legit.
And it's done right.
It's beautiful, and it really, when you look at it, it just looks like a lifted regular Willys. But
Yeah.
there's so much modification and fabrication done to this. Like the fenders are raised 4 inches in the front.
Sick,
the back
dude.
fenders are like cut up and raised 3 inches and molded in. The roof's been chopped 2 inches. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's on a Jeep JK chassis.
Dude,
Oh, wow.
so
LS
dope.
swap. Full interior. The floors are painted. It's got snap down like marine carpet.
Damn,
Yeah.
It's really
dude.
cool. But yeah, so I gotta give him
Rad.
credit. I gotta give him credit. He made top 40.
Nice,
No
dude.
way.
Yeah,
Rad.
he made top 40, which is
Massive.
really cool. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super cool.
That
but-
is so bitchin'.
Honestly, man, like,
Or how about this? Which one of the cars that you've photographed do you think will be a fan favorite, like on your pages?
Yeah.
ooh.
Like if you could guess and be like,
Let me see
this
what's done
one,
good.
everyone's
Yeah,
gonna
see what's on
love
there.
this one.
Let me go back and look and see what's done good.
Yeah.
Well, I know,
Oh, he's like, well, actually, let's just see what's done
yeah,
good.
I know that CUDA, like it's a modern Challenger.
Sick, yeah.
But is
Yeah,
that the
the
one,
purple
the
one.
root beer colored one?
No, it's
or?
the purple one. It's over here by QA1's booth in
Okay.
Hotchkiss. It's a new Challenger that they made into a CUDA.
Oh no, we did see. I think we saw that
Yeah.
the other day.
Yeah,
walking
they made
out,
it into
yeah.
a CUDA. So it's
He's
got the
bad.
CUDA. It's got the 70 CUDA grill or 71 CUDA grill.
Yeah.
It's got the CUDA tail lights.
I feel
and
like
whatnot.
Kudas just do good in general too.
Yes.
Kudas are always
But
gangster.
the
let
cool
alone,
thing is that it's a new
Yeah.
Challenger,
Exactly,
new interior,
yeah.
but they made the body lines
They
everything
did
with
Cuda.
CUDA, and it's like the most correct look.
that's rad.
Unlike the I do like the Trans Am Depot Chevelle,
Oh, yeah.
still
Okay,
70
I know,
Chevelles,
but I know exactly what you're saying.
but
man.
it looks very much like a 71 CUDA could have been. You can tell that Chevelle is a Camaro body.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
The
it's
bump,
real
the
square.
grill.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just not proportioned,
It's not.
right?
It's not. But it's a cool car.
Yeah.
100%.
It's a cool car. But yeah, I think that CUDA's really cool. Ring Brothers Blazer.
Dude, Ring Brothers is next level.
it's
Nuts.
so
I
rad.
met them. Have you met them? The Ring Brothers?
I've never met him. No,
I
I just,
have.
They
I-
are the nicest
them.
people.
Really?
Yes. Jim and Mike, they
there's-
are the nicest
They're,
people.
dude, they're some of the best builders in the world.
You know they have flip phones still?
That's gangster.
Yeah.
That's what they
Is
are,
it?
man.
I know. They're just
How rad is that?
I know. You know,
Wow.
You know how you could hang up on people back then?
It's so rad.
click.
Like with anger too. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can't do that no more.
So this Continental over here, the all metal one.
Yes, I gotta get a video of that.
I was giving the owner my phone number the other day. I was like, he's like, oh, I don't want to check out because they're not far from our house where they're building it. And he pulled out his flip phone, dude. I gave him my number. He put it in his phone. I'm like, hell yeah.
Did you have to spell your name out tapping the number 3 times?
Dude, 3 times, yep.
Dude, that was a struggle. You talk about.
Dude, I got fast at that, though, back in the day, man. I was like,
I didn't do it. I was like,
I got good at it right when those phones were phasing out and it started going to like phones with like full QWERTY keyboards.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, this is pointless. I was wasting all my time learning how to do this.
Dude, I had my phone, the one you would flip up like this.
Y'all are funny.
I love it, man.
Yeah, that's a voice great, man.
Yep.
yeah.
Y'all know him?
Yeah, no, we do. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do a lot with them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
help
Yeah.
them out with some stuff.
Scraper's my homie.
No,
Good
they're
dudes.
badass.
Yeah.
They're all good peeps over there. You got,
for sure.
and you got Wild Bill over there with
Dude,
him. Like,
Bill's a different breed, man.
so is,
That is a
man.
different breed of a human right there.
He is. Like, he's so rad, too. Like,
I just love how
way-
Scrape still, does the whole fro thing.
rocks it. I know,
Dude,
right?
it's him, man. It's
It
so
is.
stylish, though.
He's tall. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a beast,
He
man.
really
Big dude.
That,
is,
even with the fro too, it's
Yeah.
another 6 inches on him.
Yeah, he's like 6'6", 6'7" without the fro.
Yeah, with the fro, he's 7 feet, man.
Yeah,
He's a
exactly.
beast.
He's like hitting some of these hanging signs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so funny because obviously what he did was a little before my time, like with
Tap Out?
With Tap Out, it was
Yeah.
a little before my time, and it really wasn't my scene. So I didn't realize how famous he was.
Dude, big time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the notoriety he had. So like I became friends with him. And so I'm like walking around the show and people are like freaking out. I'm like, who is this? Like, who are you, bro? Like I just know you as
You're like, are they taking pictures? You're tall or
yeah,
what?
exactly.
Yeah,
What,
why
you think
are
you a
they
ball
taking
player or
you?
what? Yeah, like what you play in the NBA or what? Yeah,
love
it's
it,
super
man.
funny. It's super funny.
Well, dude, the show's been solid. You think it's been good this year? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah,
overall?
it's been a lot. It's been fun. The one thing I really like is that they've spread the show out.
It's nice,
Like it's
dude.
not. How narrow
The
these.
whole
dude,
they were
these-
so tough.
Oh my,
before.
freaking A.
It was almost too
Claustrophobic.
claustrophobic, dude.
Yes,
You're
claustrophobic.
like walking through, like just
Tripping
banging
over the people's
shoulders.
stupid
Yeah.
roll behind bags.
Oh,
Now they have
dude.
chairs for people to sit down and eat on. Like
yeah,
it's amazing,
yeah.
man.
Before you had to sit your
Yeah.
behind on the floor.
on the floor.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. You would sit there, or we had to like sit in our booth and eat in our booth and continue talking to everybody while you're
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to eat.
Yeah.
And you usually get a couple bites and just say, all right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the one thing I do like is how like they've spread the show out a little bit more. It's
Yeah.
a little more open, a little more spacious.
Well, the new hall's amazing.
The
so.
new hall's amazing. The Tesla tunnel's cool, right?
Yeah,
it's
dude,
actually
Tesla.
really
Thank
cool.
you, Elon.
It's super cool. Yeah, thank you.
What's the
Thank
fastest
you,
you've
Daddy
go-
Elon.
Big Daddy.
Well, what's the fastest you've gone in that tunnel?
Like speed-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, but like as soon as they get in
Isn't
that thing,
there a limit?
they're like, like they're flying.
Well, everyone says 40. We had one person get us up to 60 in it.
Dude,
that's fast.
It's
I do. It felt
fast.
like we were
It's so
hauling ass.
tight,
It was
dude.
pretty wild.
It's
Yeah.
tight in there.
Yeah, the first time I rode in it this week, he literally, like whoever's driving, literally pulled out and was just like, phew. I was like, dog, like,
And
relax.
those Testies are they got some power, man. They
Oh
bring-
yeah,
they take off
yeah,
quick.
for sure. Like,
It's
and then like
electric.
you go around that first corner, and there was a straightaway. I figured this dude was just gonna mash it.
Yeah.
I was like, we're just gonna do 100
So
in this
sick.
thing. Yeah, it was.
For
it
what
was wild.
if you guys don't know what they're talking about, is that they built tunnels underneath the grounds around here to get you around. So you can even go from all the way downtown, like on Las Vegas Boulevard, take a tunnel, and Teslas will drive you
In
up
the
to
tunnels,
convention- in
yeah.
the tunnels.
Have they
up to
gotten that
Convention
far
Center.
yet, or are they still
They haven't
working
got
on
that far yet.
Oh, they're not that far yet.
I think it's just the convention center right now.
Right now.
But
Okay.
they're working on like the entire underside of
All the way over, yeah.
Like all the way to the airport, everywhere.
to the
like,
stadium, everything, dude.
Yeah.
It's so mind blowing.
It's gonna be crazy, and I think I mean it blows my
Scares
mind
me.
that right now. Yeah, it does scare me. The thing that it blows my mind right now why it's even not autonomous.
I know.
I know it is crazy, yeah.
I don't know. Our first driver, I swear, I thought was like an avatar or something, dude, because he was like the most robotic thing I've ever
That's
spoken
insane.
to, and I thought like, oh wait, see, they are autonomous right now. He's
They
just like
are,
an
he's real.
avatar.
He's a fake.
remember in Men in Black 3
Yeah.
when it was 3 when after Will Smith picked up Tommy Lee Jones and they went back into the city. And he had that Mercedes Benz, and the driver
Oh,
like
he was-
pulled the car and
Yeah.
like sucked him back into the steering wheel.
Yes.
That's what these people are. They're not real.
100%.
They're not real.
They're not real. They're just like robots.
Go back in the
They're
Tessie,
yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Get sucked back in the Tessie.
That's so funny.
Oh, man. Well, that's
Honestly,
awesome,
bro,
dude.
it's scary to think about, man, like the whole electric car stuff and autonomous driving. That's a whole other thing.
That's another thing. That's
a whole other
That's
thing.
for another podcast
yeah,
right there.
exactly.
Well, dude, I'm so hyped you came on, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. I really
I'm,
appreciate you guys.
I'm
It
It
was
was a
hyped
fun.
pleasure
here.
meeting you, man.
Yeah, likewise, dude.
Thank you, bro.
My
That's
guy.
awesome.
Yeah.
My
It's been
guy,
fun.
dude. This is a lot of fun. Got
Yep.
to catch up. Follow along. He's got the social medias. I mean, Instagram, American Muscle HD. He also has
a gun page,
which is
Right
Weapon Vault.
Weapon Vault.
Weapon Vault.
And then my personal.
And his personal is Garrett.
Garrett is the name.
Garrett is the name.
2 R's, 2 T's.
I'll tag him in down below in the description. But yeah, follow along, man. He's got some really cool shit going on.
Hopefully some cool stuff coming up next year, too.
Dude, it's awesome, man. Can't wait to see what you do and keep pushing the limits. And
I appreciate it.
2.2 million followers, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
And you're always giving kind of people the insider look for all these events that you go to also.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
follow him if you want to see.
follow him, man. You see everything that really happens. And
I try to get around and do a lot of cool stuff.
he gets around for sure.
Keep that under wraps. Yeah. I try to get around and do a lot of cool stuff. I mean, obviously, like I said, I've got a lot of connections and I'm just.
It is unreal, man. See you everywhere with different people at every booth, and it's just.
Yeah, I think it's funny when people.
Getting those dinner invites, dude.
Yeah. we all going to dinner tonight.
Hey, where y'all going to dinner? Hey, I heard HP Tuner's going somewhere good tonight.
Yeah. Y'all hitting the Sizzler? I'm there.
Hey, that's Sizzy.
I'm there.
Of course, we went to HP Tuner's party last night, and Garrett was there sipping on some.
What was I sipping? No,
I'm just kidding.
I was
eating the cake pops.
The cake pops. The little Starbucks
I
cake
eat the
pops.
cake pops too. I want to drink, but then we want to go race too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, oh man.
I just cut mine off. I don't care. I don't care about racing. I just want to go drink.
And then, but then they didn't check the wristband when you went to go racing. I'm like,
It
oh,
didn't matter. I can't drink
exactly.
anyways.
Exactly. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I was joking about the cake pop thing. You ever seen that TikTok audio? He's like, is that a Starbucks cake pop? And he like squeezes it. It's so funny. It's stupid. It's so stupid. But anyways,
speaking of going off on a tangent,
yeah, I'd never in my life seen a cake pop in person, and I seen that TikTok.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was just like, when I saw him in person. Yeah, I was like, when I saw him in person. No, I didn't squeeze it.
You squeezed all of them last night?
Why are they all crushed?
What happened, dude? These were all good a minute ago.
Damn TikTok.
Damn Garrett.
Damn it, Garrett.
Damn it.
All right, that's it. We're done. No more tangents.
Yeah, no more tangents.
Next guy's coming up.
All right. That's so funny.
Okay, we're back, right? Can you hear us?
I can hear. Can you hear me?
Are you here? Yes.
All right, we're back.
So guys, he's been sitting out here giving the stink eye,
Like,
look
hello.
like, hey, dude, what about me?
Well, I'm like, 1 o'clock. He says, make sure you're on time. You gotta be on time.
And like, wait,
I'm
what
like,
time is it right now? 1:20.
1:20.
Oh shoot.
Oh no, everything got pushed back a little bit. Sorry, guys.
That's
No.
what we do. Well,
It's SEMA.
It's SEMA.
Man. It's SEMA.
It's SEMA timing.
Yeah, 100%.
1 o'clock
100%.
means
Means
1:30.
3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock. There we go. So we're early. We're good.
We're good. We're good,
so
man.
rad. Well, so guys, we got a good friend of ours, Kevin Keep. He's been a big part of this industry for a long period of time. And I mean, we're going back at least probably 20 years, and he's been kind of like behind.
Hey, wait, I'm only 20 years old.
Well, you
So since day
aged
one.
poorly, bro.
Poorly.
Hey, man.
This is what the industry does to you.
Yeah,
This is what
exactly.
it does. And so he spent a lot of time behind the scenes with a lot of the brands, help facilitate a lot of the apparel. And from that, and his love for the industry, you've grown and blown that up into, even now you've got like some suds things for kids coming out. Like, man, tell us about like the industry, where you're at, and then also how you've given back to people too.
Yeah, no, for me, we go back as kids. We all have a passion. We love cars as kids. You know, whether it was a Hot Wheel and then getting into building go-karts and then you name it. We just got into cars and motorcycles and so forth. So I started off in marketing and branding and, doing custom logo merchandise, doing all the apparel, the keychains, the swag, all the cool stuff that everybody gives away here at the shows,
Yep.
We all call
Everyone
it
loves
trinkets
it.
and trash it sometimes, but
Hey, everyone wants it.
it's a necessary evil, right?
It is. You have to have it.
And it's a big part of the branding. It's a big part of
Yes.
getting your name out there. You know
Of
what I mean?
course.
It's a reminder of them that's out there. And from there, I got into the import world of manufacturing different products. And so a few years back, I had a company, sold off that company, got back into the promotional and the marketing side of it. And then it was after my 7-year and 1 day non-solicitation, non-compete clause.
Really?
Literally to the day. Like, he called me up the day after. He goes, hey, you know what today is? And I'm like, yeah, the day I'm going to Maui.
Yeah.
Like, what do you need?
Yeah,
How can I help
Well,
you?
Funny you say that. He's a corporate buyer for Albertsons, and so he's like, these are some of the products I need. And I'm like, okay, when I get back from Hawaii, we'll kind of talk about it. And then long story short, I got long story, sad story. We don't want to get into emotional stuff, but I ended up having 2 strokes that were not caused by me. I went in for an angiogram. They caused me to have a stroke, didn't catch it, and sent me
my
home.
God.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Thank the Lord, I'm healthy and nothing really, residuals from that.
Wow.
But the cool thing is I invented a kid's bath toy that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Through the process.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's like funny how crazy things happen.
It is insane how it pushes bad things push you to do good things.
100%. And so the only thing that would help would a warm bath to cure the numbness and tingling in my leg.
Wow.
So I invented a kid's bath toy called Study Buddies. But so that's a little
amazing.
story of how all this craziness. But the one thing that's probably the most passionate for me
is that nonprofit,
it's
right?
the nonprofit.
I remember you were talking to us about that, explaining to us what was going on and what you're doing, how you're giving back to all these kids, and it was amazing. Elaborate on that.
Yeah, let me tell you. So the key thing is, we sit in these rooms, we talk in these meetings, we're here, and we talk about the kids and how do we get them involved?
Yes.
How do we get them excited about this stuff? And so for me, it was like, we got to stop talking about it. We got to stop bitching about the millennials back in the day.
We got to do it.
And complain we got to do it. So when I was talking and I was at one of the meetings for SEMA and stuff, and everybody was complaining about it, and I was like, we got to do something. They're like, well, you think it's so easy, you marketing guys, you go do it. And I'm like, okay, I'll go do it.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, all right, done. You're like,
fine.
I'll put my money where my mouth is, but when I call for a sponsorship, Sean, and I need an exhaust,
I need you to answer.
it better ship.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so they said there's no way you could build a car in 9 months and have it done and have it SEMA and drive in the parade. And I'm like, challenge taken.
Yeah.
So I'm up in Idaho now. I'm not in Southern California where you have the resources
everything
of the
right
world.
there.
I'm literally in this little town outside of Boise, So we did. And I started a nonprofit called Rebuilding Generations where you take the older generation and they mentor the younger generation. I mean,
Isn't that rad?
That's awesome.
we have apprenticeships for electricians. We have apprenticeships for plumbing. We have apprenticeships for all of these other things that are out there in the industry. Why don't we have mechanical engineering apprenticeships where we can teach the kids how to weld, how to fabricate, how to paint a car? I mean, we got Charlie Hutton, who lives in Idaho, who helped us shoot the primer on one of the cars that we were doing. Like, that guy's got 7 Riddler Awards.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so these guys are...
And he's teaching these kids how to paint.
Yeah, so we went to his shop in Nampa, brought us in there. I mean, he's working on literally one of 7 Ferraris in the world. Like a $30 million car, and letting the kids touch it. I'm like, don't breathe on that car.
Do not even look at it.
I can't even afford a fingerprint on that car.
Dude, that's insane.
And so you guys then went through and you took on the challenge of, I'm going to build a SEMA vehicle.
100%.
While teaching these children and kids how to build it.
100%.
While
So
also
all the kids are a part of it then.
So, we've had 150 kids through the program in the last 10 years.
Wow.
26 of them in industry-related jobs, and it's based on Christian principles.
Rad.
So we teach them about, what it means to have honor, integrity, Christian
That's so
foundational.
important.
Yeah. We joke about, sometimes you got to get the interior cleaned up for anybody cares what the outside looks like.
Fair enough.
Most of the time there's a short somewhere and you got to get grounded. Well, the only way to get grounded for us is in faith in Christ.
Yeah.
And so we talk about sometimes you got to have a bigger motor to get going and revved up in life.
Yeah.
Sometimes
There
you
it
need
is.
bigger brakes to stop, and see what's going on.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you got to speak up. You need a little bit bigger exhaust so everybody can hear what you got to say. Let your voice be heard.
So
dude.
rad.
What
You
an
know what I
amazing
mean?
way to put that together
Yeah, it's been
for people to understand it.
Yeah, and it's a blessing. I mean, to be honest with you, I get more out of it than we ever put into it.
Yeah. That's amazing.
When you watch a kid, so we were doing an exhaust system on one of the cars, and so we're putting it on there, and they're welding it in and doing this, and they're just like, I did it. And that look on their face of I really just did that.
So proud.
Yeah, it's like you can never put a price tag on that.
No.
And the sense of accomplishment that they're getting in the end when it's done and it fires up, or it's driving away or something and them to be a part of that, it's an amazing feeling that most people don't ever get to experience, right?
Yeah, they get in, they write a check or buy it or make a payment, and they turn the key and it goes out and put gas in it, and then I make all my personal kids build their first car.
That's
so you
amazing.
have to build
So
it.
you understand how to work on it. You understand, you appreciate it.
Yeah, well, you appreciate all the energy and effort that went into the headaches of how to get the short out of the electrical system, how to get that exhaust, that header to fit in there, to do these things. It's work. You know what I mean? And like you said, it's when you fire that car up, we worked on a buddy of ours, Camaro, and it was supposed to be a 6-week project that turned into 6 months. He's sitting right there. But it's so we started, and then one thing led to another. Like the wiring is a disaster. I'm like, we can't do this.
We're redoing it.
There's no way. We're ripping all this out, and then it leads on. And then the motor wasn't the right motor, and it was an old LT with a front water pump.
No.
We're like, we're done. Get this out. We got another motor, and we just fired it up a couple weeks ago, and everybody's in there, and we finally got the distributor the way it's supposed to be, and it fires, and you would have. Even Travis, everybody in the room just lights up.
Well, and what that teaches them too is that it doesn't always work the first time.
100%.
And you got to go through it. And you got to be able to identify a roadblock and realize that it's not a wall. It's just
you can get past it.
You now have
you
now have two directions to go. Just pick one.
Yeah.
And keep moving forward.
Yeah, a car's basic, right? It's either fuel, electrical,
or air.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all it is.
Real simple.
Yeah.
You just got to chase down which one of those is the problem.
It is, yeah.
when you did your exhaust, I'm sure when you were welding in there and fabricating as a kid and doing the stuff that was there, it didn't come out the way you had a vision, but then you realized, okay, well, if you tweak this, the tune's a little bit different,
Yes. We all have an idea, right, of what something's supposed to be. That's what gets us excited and started. And usually in the end, it's a version of that
100%.
idea.
Yeah.
And it's usually better than you ever could have even imagined because you worked through it.
Exactly. And what did that teach you? Endurance.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need in life. Too much of this instant gratification, 5 seconds. Our brains with TikTok and all these things.
I know.
We just scroll instead of whoa, what was that about? Let's learn this.
Yes.
Let's take our time. Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
There's a solution. You just got to be willing to put in that time and energy to find it.
So now how do students or the children get involved with you, or how do you put this team together?
So, we get a lot of local input from the churches, community organizations, even some of the schools.
Yeah,
awesome.
Law enforcement occasionally.
Right. Kevin, this guy needs some help, man.
Well, not every kid's going to be a 4-year college student. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And, I don't want kids going into $60,000, $90,000, $100,000 in debt.
Yeah.
This industry and trade, Sean, like you, you've got welders, you've got engineers, you've got fabricators. You've
Everything.
got so many different facets. And then you got, let's talk the office. You got accounting, you got marketing.
Yep.
There's
data,
sales.
engineering.
Web, creative,
Yep.
graphics, the boxes.
Everything.
So this industry offers I don't care if you want to be a trash man. They've got to drive a truck, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this industry offers everything you could ever want in a job. It is. When you look at it like that way.
Yeah, A to Z.
Everything.
Wow.
And does it work just strictly off of donations?
We are all funded off of donations and only donations. So when we hit Sean up for a free exhaust.
Yeah. Hey, Sean.
And I'm like,
I'm going to put it on.
Here you go,
program,
man.
okay?
How many times have you said free exhaust in this 20 minutes?
Hey, so about that free exhaust.
Yeah. But, the cool thing is, even with our nonprofit, we've branched out. There's another one that they needed some help. And it's called Outfitters for Hope, where we take kids that are terminally ill or have survived terminal illnesses out on basically a hunt or a fishing trip of their lifetime.
Wow.
That is so rad.
That's unreal.
These guys are a lot of them are volunteers in our program.
Yeah.
That they started this. They were having a hard time with a company they used to work with. And so I'm like, look, we'll bring you under our nonprofit, help you up for 2 years, get started. And so, we're building a couple of Can-Ams that we'll be able to use on the hunting and stuff because these kids can't hike.
Yeah.
We're literally...
I've got free exhaust for that, okay?
Yes.
I got your exhaust for that.
So, you want to talk about a reward, when these guys go out, and Derek and these guys go out on this hunt.
Wow.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
you watch this kid that can't even walk with, cerebral palsy and these different illnesses and leukemia.
Oh, my God.
And they're able to they never thought they would be able to hike a mountain and get up there. And we got guys that are putting them on backpacks and carrying them up the hill.
Oh, my God.
And for them to be let's just skip to or not even skip to that, but just the feeling of being in an off-road car, the hearing, feeling how suspension works and goes, that's wild.
Yeah.
And we take it for granted.
We do.
That's it. We take everything we have for granted. We took one of the kids. He's a leukemia survivor. He lives locally. And it was funny because they called me up and they said, hey, I know you have your Can-Am at your cabin. Are you close? I'm like, yeah, I can be up there. We took him out for a ride in it and then ended up letting his family take one of the Can-Ams out. And just my kids and him have been best friends ever since.
Wow.
So, he drives a Dodge Ram truck because my son drives it. So you don't realize the impact and the influence for good and for bad.
Yeah.
So we really have to think about who we are in the industry and what we're doing because we want to make that positive impact. We can do that with this next generation. It's all fun to go out and do some crazy things. And trust me, we've got some history.
Yeah.
my son was like, man, you and Sean were like two giddy schoolgirls talking.
Well, we're all cut from the same cloth. I know I've said that 100 times, but we are here.
We are, though. That's all of us.
You know what?
The show.
That your not-proper stuff doesn't get enough publicity. It doesn't get enough notoriety out there.
Yeah.
And
it's hard. Like, I don't want to be a salesman out there pitching our profit.
For sure.
It's like, it's really because you go in there and it's like, hey, can we get this free part? Hey, can we get this? It's like, it just gets so tiring.
It's tough.
So, I mean.
And trying to explain it and everything, because it's hard to explain because it's really a feeling that you feel. Like, hearing you talk about it, it's like, wow, you feel it. You're like, man, that's amazing. Because
and
it's wild.
Now, is that a big part of coming to SEMA? To talk to your sponsors and
100%.
people you work with?
Yeah, so we built a car. We built a
You built
Chevy.
a car this year?
This year, yeah. We built a 3500 dually. They wanted something that they could go be able to tow with and go out off-doors and outlandering and doing it. So Rhino Racks gave us a spot out front. So they did the whole rack system. iCamper on the top. We put the shell on it from here.
You got to get footage of that before we go.
we'll all go.
Yeah,
so
and now they'll be able to, it's I bought the truck, so we had it. So now they'll be able to take the truck with the Can-Am and go out and take their friends out and go out on a camping trip up in the mountains and just have some quality time together.
That's amazing.
We do always try and send an adult with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Remember, these are teenage boys.
They are teenagers, yeah.
I mean, you're literally doing God's work out here, man. That is freaking amazing.
You are.
We're trying. It's one day at a time.
Wow.
And if we can change one life a year, that's our goal.
It's a huge
now,
deal.
if someone wants to help out with these products or donate, how do they get a hold of the program, or where do they go?
Rebuildinggenerations.com. We've got a website. We've got social media. But our website is our porthole. You know, you can go on there, log in. You can donate from it. You can do whatever.
Perfect.
Our biggest problem is so we wanted everybody off of social media and off of electronics to work on cars.
Oh.
So we're like, put your phone down, check it in when you come in.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, God, we got to promote it to all the
We got to
sponsors.
promote it. All right, fine.
Actually, guys,
maybe take a
everybody
video
have
or
their
two.
phone.
So everybody grab your – so it's like –
everybody must do 10-second
Yeah, but
reels.
it's so tough, though, because it's like you want to get them away from it, but also it's a good thing to have.
Well, it's such a massive component.
It is a big component.
So what we've done is we've decided we're going to use this like any other tool, whether it's a ratchet, whether it's a hammer, whether it's a welder, whatever it may be. This now becomes a tool, not to be texting your girlfriend or your buddy or any of that stuff while you're in here, but it's a tool. So photograph what you're doing. And so we're going to get into the reels. We're learning all these things with all this stuff. They're teaching us older guys. I mean, I know you're already into all of this. Me, on the other hand, I'm trying to hide from people.
Well, maybe that's where we could link some of our guests to go up there and help kind of teach some of the people how to do it.
Love it. Yeah, we would love to.
So where are you guys based out of again?
Boise, Idaho.
Boise, Idaho, okay.
Yeah, so we're up in Eagle is where we're at. We've got 3 locations in that area. We just helped one start in New Mexico.
Wow, man.
So they were going to run under Rebuilding Generations, but the gentleman they named it that they came about this program with, he passed. So they ended up calling it Tommy's Corner.
Cool.
So Tommy's Garage, so that they can do it. So now they've got 15 to 20 kids in Albuquerque that they're servicing and helping. And so we help them get everything started, help them get the 501 set up.
So it just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah, that's
different
my goal.
sanctions almost, like different areas, different.
What you call it, I don't care what you do.
It doesn't matter.
Just start it and bring the kids involved and start teaching. Because I guarantee you they want to learn.
Yep.
Holy smokes, man.
And that's future-proofing the industry, man.
Yeah. I mean, we're creating.
Yes.
Not only are we creating enthusiasts that, guys like us in the business and all that need to purchase products.
Yeah.
We're creating a workforce.
Yeah.
Guys that can come in. And with 26 kids in jobs, recently, I mean, over the last 10 years, we've proven that it works.
It works.
I mean,
well, and even if they weren't into the industry, you've helped just make a better younger generation that is
in general.
You've taught them some of the basics that maybe they're not being taught at home or can't learn at home. You just have given them that foundation to build off of. Any direction.
Any direction. I mean, it's about morals. It's about ethics. It's about honor, integrity, all of those things through the program. So we start off by feeding them because we think breaking bread is important.
Yeah.
Having fellowship of eating across the table like an old dinner table, Thanksgiving. As it's coming up, we talk about Thanksgiving, having that camaraderie. And then we go into a 20 to 30-minute Bible study life lesson.
Yeah.
We use videos from Tim Tebow and different people come in and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
To show them, and so we get an opportunity for them to talk, ask questions.
Yeah.
And then we go work on the cars for 2.5 hours.
So is this a full year-long program? How does it work?
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, no matter what. Just
365 days.
So every Tuesday, do you have kids kind of come and go? I mean, how does it usually work?
We do have some that come and go, and then we have some that come back.
Yeah.
Like now I've got my son and Hayden who are older. They've gotten married, and they're like, I miss this in my life.
I want to come back every Tuesday.
Yeah, I've missed this part of my life, and so now they're coming back, and they're here.
See, I love that.
And they can come and go as much as they want, right?
Yes and no. We want them to be there for at least a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're allowed to. So we use SEMA as the dangling carrot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you miss so many, you're not going to SEMA.
Exactly. If you miss so many, you don't get to come to SEMA, or if you mess up and you do things that are wrong, you don't get to come to. So
fair.
Wow.
I mean, there is a structure that is. We keep it kind of strict because. Kids need structure.
You need structure,
100%, man.
I mean, they crave that.
Yeah.
And like you said, they might not get it at home. Schools, I mean, come on, we can't rely on the school system to teach our kids.
No, not that.
I mean, there is some amazing shop teachers we work with in Meridian and Albuquerque in these areas that you are seeing. But, look, I don't want to get political, but you see a lot of agendas and things that are out there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, my mechanical ethics that I know and all my basics were taught to me by an awesome auto shop teacher in high school.
100%.
And, I mean, half the time I was probably just dicking around, messing up, doing other stuff. But, like, I didn't realize how much I was learning through that process by him and how much he taught me in all aspects of life. Like, it's rad.
Well, you looked up to him.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And that's what we're trying to create is these role models that they can look up to. Whether it's me, Joe, Travis, and now these older kids of Hayden and Harmon, they look up to. Now they're coming back. My son, yesterday, we were at dinner at Black Bear after we were over, and he's like, I want to do a car that I'm going to be in charge of and I'm going to build. We're going to find a scrap yard,
I love
$500 car, and we're going to go out and we're going to put an LS in it, and we're going to teach him how to autocross on the track.
Yes.
Perfect. And I'm like, done. All right,
we're doing it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
That is what you guys have influenced, which is
100%.
amazing.
And that's what we're wanting to do with anybody. So, I mean, my phone number is always on. The website's always there. You can reach me at Kevin@rebuildinggenerations.com.
Cool.
And if you guys want to, check it out, you have any questions, you want to start one in your own garage, whatever it is.
Dude, how rad is that?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Information's free.
Yeah.
Well, for most people.
For most people.
So do you guys have, are you doing an autocross vehicle? Do you have a vehicle planned for next year already?
I don't know. What are you going to help us with, Sean?
I got some LS swap headers.
Do you? There we go. I don't know. I mean, it literally happened last night. So, I mean, they're out today. They're over watching the drifting and stuff.
I love it.
They want to build
what kind of car they want to build.
They want to come over here and enter the contest.
That's
and
amazing.
do it. So,
well, that's definitely unreal. I wonder why you need to get like SEMA to back this. I mean, how do you keep growing this? And
he says it's the marketing. He's busy doing the foundation and making it what it is.
Yeah.
And he needs
Is
people
that your
like
long-term
us.
goal?
So my long-term goal is, my goal, we've tried to get with SEMA a couple of times to get some support, for the lack of better words. It just didn't really go anywhere quite yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to, I'm not here to down-talk anything. But
for sure.
Look.
It's the manufacturing.
We built 14 cars in 10 years, 11 years to be here. We've done what we've said. I mean, we've built some sick cars. Look up. We built a 65 Fastback GT with a Coyote motor swap in it. I mean, you want to talk about support. Willwood had built one, and they had made a custom CNC cross member across the front that they did out of billet of aluminum.
Yeah.
And we're like, where'd you get it? They're like, we built it. I'm like, I need it. And Steve's like, yeah, no, we're not dropping our machines to build that. I'm like, send me the tooling or the CAD drawing, and I'll have it built.
Yeah.
I had to cite all these little forms and all that stuff, but they were so supportive.
Dude, that's
and got
awesome.
That for us, and the brakes and stuff. So, I mean, you do have a lot of companies that, Sean has always been there to support us in the things that are doing. And a lot of the other companies, we talk about.
And we can always do more. And I think it's unknown, and hopefully we can get the word out there more, too. And everyone can. That, we just, the manufacturers, everyone just got to work together to secure our future.
Well, I mean, what I was thinking, Sean, is like you, me, and Tim over here, and Will and Catherine. We need to create. There's all these whether it was Yin, now it's
the Future Networks.
The Future Networks. Yeah. We need to create a committee like that that can support programs like this.
Yeah.
Get a group of people that we go.
See, that's a good idea. We were just talking to Jonny Mill about it, about the different, the different networks and committees.
Committees and stuff.
Committees, so it'd be really cool to.
I mean, I'll give my time. You know what I mean? I have it, and
you've given up a ton of time for it, and for really no gain or anything at all, other than just the future.
Well, I mean,
you're too nice of a damn person, man.
No,
we
not
gotta
too
do it,
nice.
I thought
Sean.
you were
I
a
mean,
dick.
We need more people like
well,
you.
you know the other side of me, but I mean, look, man, we only have so much time on this earth.
Yes.
You know, what are we going to leave? What's the legacy we're going to leave behind?
Yeah.
Is it a company that we pass down to our kids? For me, it's like I want to leave a legacy of changing lives. Giving kids opportunities that some other
Massive.
people might not have been given them that opportunity.
Yeah.
I was given opportunities at a young age through mentorship that helped mold me who I am. So I feel obligated to pay that forward, not back.
Yeah.
You know, that movie changed my life. Pay It Forward was huge. You know,
That is literally the intro for probably this whole episode.
Right, exactly,
right?
yeah.
I mean, it's so impactful, and anyone with a child can relate to that, and anyone in the
100%.
industry can
massive.
relate to that. And we've all been
That's huge.
impacted by it with our own means, but some kids don't have the opportunity to even be impacted.
That's true. They don't have the opportunity.
They don't have the opportunity, and they don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We get, you know, some local publications here and there, and we get people calling us. I literally got an email about an hour ago. Someone, hey, I heard about your program. How do I get involved?
Wow.
You know what I mean? I'm like, here's my phone number. Call me.
Yeah, please.
Like, where are you at geographically?
Yeah.
If you're not close to me, we'll find something. We're looking at trying to do one in Southern California at a buddy's shop.
That is amazing.
You know, but it's like, I mean, it's not easy. You got to have a shop.
Exactly.
You got to have tools. You got to have insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you got all these legal forms
Yep.
because of the world of today.
It's weird.
You know,
yeah.
releases of photographs for social
Yeah.
media. And
Yep.
every now and then we get a kid that can't be photographed for legal reasons. So you
Wow.
have to figure out how to keep them
Out
away
of the
from everything.
background.
Out of the
Yeah.
background, out of the videos.
Wild.
Man.
So nobody really understands all of that back end business side.
Yeah.
of
You
it.
don't think about that
You don't.
because it's still
But
a
it's
business.
all worth it. It's all worth
And
the time to
California,
do it.
Yeah, California.
California makes it more difficult
They
than it has to
make
be.
everything more difficult than it has to be.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah.
I know it's a little
We're not
bit
getting
easier.
political, right?
Not going political on us here, but yeah. So I mean, again, you know, I would love to see a chapter in every state and eventually every city.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
massive.
Starting this program of getting kids back involved.
Yes.
You know, and mentoring. Like, let's not talk about how to raise them and, you know, they're doing this on the streets or they're doing this and they're doing this and they're doing this and they're doing that. It's like, stop talking about it
Yeah.
and go show them how to do it right.
Correctly, yes.
You know, if they want to
Yeah.
learn how to drift, let's find a location where we can teach them how to drift.
Dude, that's cool.
They want to learn how to drive in the off-road, let's find a vehicle or something that they can build
Yeah.
to teach them how to drive it and not in the, you know, neighbor's yard. So
It's so rad. And I mean, so this is coming from someone who's busted their ass their entire life and then did well for themselves in the automotive industry and is excited to now give someone else those
Give back to it.
opportunities and give back.
Man,
That's amazing, man.
well, thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, you guys, I mean, John, all joking aside, not sentimental, you've been a big part of that too, you know, in our friendship and our relationship and the things. And
Thank
I mean,
you.
whether it's going fast boats, fun stuff, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just part of building a relationship.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Building foundations.
Of course it is, yeah.
Of
It's a
what we're
networking.
gonna do.
It's-
Yeah,
it's-
it is.
It's
And
networking.
Well, and we're all representations of the industry in our own right,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we all can choose how we want to represent the industry.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
you know, we've always been together because we're always alike in that same way. We represent the industry in a similar fashion of we take it serious, we have lots of fun with it, and we love it to death.
Yeah.
Like
Unreal.
It's work. We can work
Of course
hard.
it's
That's
work.
not a problem.
Yeah.
We
right?
We know we can do that.
yeah, come around fourth quarter. It's work.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know?
Yep.
But that doesn't mean we can't enjoy it.
Yes.
You know, I don't ever want to get to a point where I wake up in the morning and go, "Oh crap, I got to go to work."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
know
for
what
sure.
I mean? I
Uh-huh.
want
And that's why all of us do this.
You're like, oh crap, I should need to go to work. Like, why am I still here sitting at home?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I should have just gone to work. Like, why am I even home?
Why am I home?
Why am I sitting here in front of the TV doing nothing? You know,
Yeah.
Exactly.
on my
Yeah,
phone, social media.
Yeah, like,
you
okay,
know.
now I'm bored. I need to go to work.
So if people want more information, it's just rebuildinggenerations.com.
Yeah, rebuildinggenerations.com.
Cool.
You can email me direct at kevin@rebuildinggenerations.com.
Perfect.
You want to call me, 714-306-7444.
Okay,
Call
just-
my cell phone.
I know, I just dropped it right there.
So rad.
Got
Kevin,
this dialed.
fucking
I
love you,
appreciate you,
man.
man.
Dude,
love
thank
you,
you so much for
man.
coming on, man.
No,
what
thank
you're
you
doing
guys.
is incredible, absolutely mind-blowing. So,
Yeah.
You're
Where's
saying-
that vehicle at? that you guys
Vehicle
built?
is out in front of South Hall.
okay.
Okay.
Right out, literally out in front of there in the parking lot right there, right where the big stereo
What-
guys are. That
Bro,
are
yeah.
just-
Does it have
rock-
your branding on it?
Yeah, it says rebuilding on it. It has our toy company's
Is it F350?
No, it's a 3500 High Country dually.
Perfect, okay.
Pearl white.
All right.
So, yeah, if you guys come
Well,
by and check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah,
Go there
no,
and film
we're
it.
going
and-
to get some footage of that.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go check it out. So we can edit
We're
it
going to
as
see
well.
it, dude. That's so rad.
Dude, epic, man. Well, thank
Awesome.
you for doing
I
what you
appreciate
do.
you having me on, man.
Dude. Thanks.
Love you, brother.
Seriously.
Yeah, same, man.
All right.
Good meeting you.
All right.
On the next guest.
See you guys.
Thanks, man. Well,
All right, take 2.
take 2 of the outro because
We have some
The camera
technical
died.
difficulties. I mean,
I can only do. I'm one person. I can't be a host and a goddamn cameraman and everything else in between. So.
well, you need to try harder, bro.
Well, I'm not very good at trying hard. I'm tired.
Okay, so we're gonna try this again, guys.
Yeah,
So wait, where were we at? What were we supposed to be doing?
What a crazy show.
SEMA 2022. I'm just kidding, man. No, it's been a wild show.
It has.
We came in with a ton of questions. We got a lot of answers coming out of here.
Yeah. The guests were amazing.
Dude, our guests were awesome.
Yeah.
Like the stories from everyone
Was
unique.
unreal.
The best part about it, guys, is when you listen to everybody that we're talking to, it's all the same industry, but
Yeah.
everybody is so uniquely different.
They have their own ways. They've done everything that they've gotten to where they're at today. It's been incredible.
But yet, we all have the same love
Yes.
for the same thing.
Absolutely.
It's been rad, man. I mean, so there's first time at this team, there's the electric vehicle side, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of talk about what it is, what it's not going to be.
Yep.
Guys, it's here. And it's just
Embrace
gonna
it, man.
It's going to be another segment. Like,
Yep.
did power sports take over the industry? No,
No.
right? It's just another segment, and there's going to be more new people coming to the industry.
Yep.
Oh,
Exactly.
Kevin with his
Dude, that was
nonprofit and
amazing,
stuff.
man.
Jeez.
You guys have to go support that. What an amazing cause. If you have a company, jump in with them, help them out.
Guys,
that was
it's-
awesome.
It was rad. I mean, the show, I haven't coming back in 2 years, been doing this for a long time.
Yep.
It can be frustrating and hard work to get to this point. But
Yes.
sitting here now, it's like, heck yeah, man. Like, I'm so stoked that we're
Yes.
here, seeing all of our friends, all of our family, everything.
That's what it was all about. This whole show was just about seeing everybody, talking with everyone.
It
I
was.
think that was the best part about it. So
Like, guys, thank you. I know we had a lot of people who were trying to get on too. Just couldn't try and get it all
Yeah.
in one day. But also, guys, if you have anyone that you feel that should be on here,
Yeah.
and they got a story that needs to be heard, hit up Lambo. He's got you.
I got this, you guys. I just added to my list.
Just add it
Add
right
to the list of
it,
what else, everything else.
You might need to find someone to help you charge some batteries or something.
Yeah, that's for damn sure because
But,
I don't have all the time in the day.
I mean, guys, at this point, we've got, I think we've hit over, almost 2,000 downloads or something.
Yeah, the downloads are crushing it right now.
Keep it up. Thank you. Let people know about it. Talk about it. If you like
Yeah.
anything that you've heard or anything, man, share it out there.
Yeah, just share it for us.
If you have
we
any
do appreciate
potential
you.
sponsors, send them our way.
Send them our way. We'll take sponsors.
Yeah.
Possibly you.
Yeah, we like, candy bars, ice cream, cars.
Cars, all that stuff. Cars.
Food.
Yeah, whatever you got, send them over. But yeah, thank you guys so much for always tuning in, listening, subscribing. But yeah, if you guys like these live ones from these places, let us know because it's really cool to do them at Stand Show was good, but I think this one was definitely 100 times better.
We're getting better too. We're getting.
We
more
are definitely getting a lot better at this.
It was rad, man. And, Brian, thanks for everything that you do for us too.
Yeah, buddy. Good times.
We do this, but people, SEMA 2022. It's Thursday. It hits pretty hard. It gets a little heavier on us, but we're here. It's exciting. You wake up, you're tired, and you're like, oh my gosh, another day. And then you get here, and that energy is you feel the energy when you walk in.
Yeah, you do.
The people, because everyone's excited
Yeah.
and. Guys, hopefully you got to sense that energy and you learned something about the industry or about anything at all. And if you did, tell your friends that they need to give this shit a like.
Share it. So, thank you. We're out.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces.